Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more. Hi everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about Season 1, Episode 18, titled To Wish Impossible Things, air date April 13th, 2004, and the synopsis is...
The boys are auctioned off to the highest bidder in the annual Boy Toy Charity Auction, and the night leads to surprising developments with old flames. Meanwhile, having missed out on the auction, Brooke ends up with Mel and gives him the night of his life. So we start off in the gym at school where they're having
an annual
Boy Toy Auction.
Did you notice that there's no intro?
Yeah, that's weird.
Song. It goes right into the auction.
Right, yeah.
I loved it because we didn't have to, look at all the credits. We get right into the auction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird they didn't show that later at some point, if not at the beginning.
Well, I loved it because we just saw everybody's names across, which is great. Because here's the thing, I guess they wanted the whole 43 minutes of entertainment.
Right, yeah.
Which we got.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
Because like other shows, they don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was happy that we got that, and we actually got to watch the auction right from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because otherwise it would have been like on other shows, it would have been like, oh, you got to wait 5 more minutes for the auction.
Right.
Instead, we're getting right to it, and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, because they could have, showed the meeting of, okay, this is what we're doing this year,
Yeah, and, tomorrow's the auction, then we have to deal with all today.
Yeah, who wants to volunteer to work the tables and all that, so.
Yeah, like other shows do, and you're like, just cut to it.
Right, yeah, because, Tim's stepmom, Sherry.
Okay, stepmom, her. Yeah. What's her name?
Sherry.
Sherry.
Yeah. I forgot for a second, so.
The nice lady.
Yeah.
Not really.
It's surprising they never even showed them together, even talking for a second.
I don't think she likes him.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying. That's why it's easy to forget that she's even, part of this family because she's not even with him.
Yeah, I think she tries not to know him.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, sometimes I probably would too. Well, if he was your stepson, wouldn't you?
Oh, for this episode, yes. Because apparently...
Just for this one,
even though this is an annual thing, we don't know if this is the first time that the boys, that the boys are doing it this year. This is their first time.
Right.
But I think it has to be at least Tim's because...
Because he doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah, he didn't know the actual intention of it all. He got a charity card.
He didn't know Deb's intention.
Yeah, that could be it too.
No. That was it. He just didn't know her intention.
Yeah.
Oh my god, which honestly was the funniest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I know we talked before about it being wrong.
Yeah. With the auction.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I know on Dawson's Creek, we gave it a hard time because of Jen in the kissing booth. Or whatever it was.
It was,
whatever. That kissing auction thing.
Yeah, it was somebody I forgot what they had to buy something or bid on something.
They had bid on her. It was a kiss from the head cheerleader.
Oh, and they were bidding to win the kiss. Okay, yeah.
Because remember, did he pay $500? Henry paid $500 to kiss Jen.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
It was now remember, we didn't hear that there was an age limit. So, again, some perverted old man could have kissed a 16-year-old like that, or however old. It doesn't matter. She was still underage.
Right, yeah.
That's just gross. Mm-hmm. And so, but I think we're more protective over girls because, they're girls.
Mm-hmm.
Where boys are a little bit more, you would think, they just maybe a little bit more tougher, even though we shouldn't think that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because but I think here, they knew what they were getting themselves into. I think that's the difference.
Yeah. Yeah,
because Nathan was all into it. I'm sorry. That boy was all into this. So was Tim. It was I think these two signed up for it.
Yeah, because, Jen didn't even know it was for charity, I think, until the last second.
No, until she saw it, remember? It was that box or whatever, or that bowl, and it said, it was on that table or something, and it said...
Or maybe she didn't know what the charity was. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, until she found out, days later.
Because the cheerleading team went into Graham's house, into her room, right? And that's when they told her?
Yeah, but because I think they first set it up one way and then they changed it or something. But she was clueless out of it,
Right.
which is, was understandable why she didn't want to do it. But the fact that the boys here knew, so.
Right.
But also, what school allows this?
Nothing. If anything, it would just be like auctioning off students' art or something.
Right.
Would be more realistic.
Or their jerseys. Like, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Or like merchandise from like the school.
Right, yeah.
Like, here's some t-shirts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thanks for supporting us. Mm-hmm. But you wouldn't auction off the actual boys.
Right.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. You know teenage boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are picky, right?
Right.
That we know.
Mm-hmm.
Think if we tried to auction somebody off. They'd be like, goodbye.
Like if we auctioned a boy or a guy, you mean?
I mean, like if we paid for one of them. Like if they did it at our school.
Oh, like when we were in high school?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Like if boys were up there, like same situation?
Mm-hmm. And remember, they don't get to choose who picks them.
Mm-hmm.
And me and you were like, oh, I want that one. They would be like, next bidder.
I think it depends on the guy, but yeah.
Cynthia.
What?
Come on now.
Well,
You have to know. No. You know who I'm talking about. Stop.
I know, just my first thought is the guy that I would bid on, I don't think he would, so. But he wasn't in our class, so. Okay.
Maybe he's changed.
Right.
But the high school him.
Right. Yeah, no.
Would have said, nope. Like, you have to admit that. There are certain people that we went to school with.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, yes, would have 100% went out with it, whoever bidded on them.
Right.
But some people would have been like, I'm good. Where's the next one? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is here, they were just all happy with whoever was getting them. And it's like,
right.
Given it was the cast. But I'm just saying that if our school did it, not that they would, but if they did, I can't see our boys being like, yay.
Yeah.
Unless probably they were getting paid. You know what I mean? Like if they're getting a percentage maybe, but again, I just feel like they'd be like, who is the second highest bidder?
Yeah, that's something too I wanted to mention later. But
don't you think they'd go for the second highest bidder?
I don't know. If the rules could be bended like that, maybe, yeah.
No, I think they would bend it then.
Yeah, but just the whole like idea of being auctioned off, with minors is just horrible, especially with human trafficking and slavery too. I mean, human trafficking is basically the present day of slavery too, in a sense of of sexual things. But yeah,
okay. Well, I was about to ask you, is there an age limit on bidding? But clearly not if Deb bidded.
Right.
Because it's a midnight kiss.
Right. Yeah.
Again, we're going back to Jen. Mm-hmm. That's disgusting.
Yeah, because
that's illegal.
Yeah, because how Keith later on tells Whitey about him being a pimp, and then the midnight kiss too. I wonder how that came about, because I mean these are supposed to be dates that whoever gets whoever the highest bidder is the one that even sets up the date. You would think that this school would kind of have like a.
Were you taking our boys?
Yeah, like I don't see
across county lines.
Yeah, I don't see how it could be like so free, like because Brooke took Mal to a stripper club.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be allowed. As part of it, but like with the midnight kiss, like who is even like gonna know that they even did it or anything? Because like no one, they don't send somebody to.
There's no camera on them.
Yeah, so I don't know why they even do that either. I mean, show-wise, they only did that for drama, but, like, in real life, that wouldn't be a thing either, so.
No, I mean, because there could be things, this one did this, and, this one said that, like, it could really turn into some legal issues.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Well, and two, like, what if the girl said, he didn't finish the date, but then he's like, yeah, I did. Like, it could get really bad and ugly. It could turn
Mm-hmm.
every way possible.
Yeah.
In real life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, here it was definitely PG because, you know, they didn't make it extreme of what it could have been.
Yeah, well, we know Brooke had her own original ideas of that when she was trying to, you know, fight with Sherry about not having cash.
I am so confused with this.
Hmm.
How... I'm really confused because of who Brooke is, right?
Like, when it comes to boys, or...
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This person has been on the team and she hasn't made out with them.
I don't know.
It seems like she only goes after, like, rich people. Is this boy rich?
I guess. I don't know. We didn't...
I thought Nathan Scott is the only rich one.
I don't even know if they said his name. Maybe they did. I just don't
Because I just find it weird that Brooke is all upset that she's not getting this guy. And I'm like, how do you... And my thing is, too, if Brooke is, like, the most popular, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't he go out with her then? On any other night. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like,
maybe...
boys dream of that, going out with the most popular girl. So,
Mm-hmm.
why wouldn't he go out with her then? I'm just... That's what I'm so confused about.
That's another thing. Like, these boys, do they have to be single boys?
I know. I would not want my boyfriend up on stage getting auctioned to some girl.
Yeah, because, like, Haley, you know, and Nathan.
They don't.
That's why she
Whitey don't care.
Yeah, because, like...
Whitey don't care. As long as somebody auctions.
Yeah, I forgot. I don't know why I'm, like, separating things. But, yeah, because Haley, you know, she was freaking out when girls were banging on Nathan, so...
Well, she should. We're banging on.
Did I not say that? I said Biddy. What did I thought I said Biddy, but... I have a little bit of hearing loss, so sometimes I think I say something. That's why I stutter or repeat myself, because I'm not sure if I said it right the first time. But yeah, you know I meant bidding. Because we know she doesn't do that, but...
Oh my god.
That's going to be an episode in the future about that topic, but...
very soon.
Yeah.
But Brooke, though, why wouldn't they already have hooked up?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm so confused because, like, it's the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lucas was, like, the last one that she could go after, right? On the team.
I don't know.
That it seemed like.
Yeah.
And it seemed like she could kiss any guy.
Mm-hmm.
And all the guys wanted her. So why wouldn't she have already went for him? Unless she doesn't remember that she went for him.
Well, when she was talking to Sherry, she said that if she doesn't get the boy, she would have wasted a whole Brazilian wax. So she obviously wanted to sleep with the guy, but I think maybe she was kind of going back to her old ways because she didn't want feelings to be involved. She was like just trying to have like a no strings attached hookup.
Meaningless.
Yeah. Just for this one night and everything. So I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. It just confused me because I'm like, it's not like it's Haley. It's Brooke. And every guy wants to be with Brooke. So I don't understand why this guy couldn't have dated her tomorrow, or yesterday. It's just weird to me.
Because we've probably never seen this guy before, and
that's what I mean. Where did he come from? He came from nowhere.
Right, and after this episode, he probably never shows up.
We won't see him again.
Yeah, so
he was only here so he can be Brooke's so-called date, but I didn't fall for it.
Right. Yeah. So, and the Mouth is a DJ somehow for some reason, even though he's been a sports reporter.
Well, what I thought was weird was he hasn't really, they kind of act like he hasn't really been a part of anything until Lucas came around. And then now all of a sudden, Mouth is just there for everything.
Yeah.
If you need anything that doesn't involve playing a sport, Mouth is your guy.
Right.
If you need him to dance or act or sing or play music, he's your guy. It's like,
right.
What?
Yeah, because, where did I see it? Yeah, so even Whitey told the crowd that until midnight the boys would be at the girls' beck and call. So just even saying that just is creepy.
It's gross.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but then did you hear him? I think it was at the end of the bidding, and he said, "Now keep it legal this year," and I was like, Well, so that just tells you they've done this before. Because he said this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, but then the fact that he said keep it legal, I was like, ew. That means there have been other things going on in the past.
Right.
That's just disturbing to me.
Yeah, so either like they did a Nikki and a Lucas thing, going to the mall, like a public place, or that there was an adult who had bid on a kid and they did something maybe.
Well, then why would they let Deb?
I don't know.
If that happened.
Yeah, because if something did happen, then they would either change the rules, so maybe, no, because they're still Deb.
They're still Deb.
Yeah.
Either way, it comes back to Deb.
Yeah.
I mean, really, Deb? I think they only did it because, they felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason why she did it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so Brooke fighting for that guy, right?
yeah, she's playing tug of war with another girl over him. That was kind of funny.
Oh my god. But did you see, though? He was kind of happy that the other girl won.
I wasn't paying attention to it.
I was like, ooh, I think he's happy that the other girl got him. But did you see Sherry? She was like, basically, she's like, Brooke, let go. And she like slaps her hand.
Yeah, with the envelope.
It was funny.
What was that? Just like their name card? I couldn't tell what the envelope was.
Yeah, but I thought it was a cool name card.
Yeah.
Because when Nikki held up Jake's, I was like, that's a pretty cool card.
Right, yeah.
I don't know who made them, but those are pretty cool.
Maybe Peyton. Who knows?
No.
I didn't really look at
I don't know.
She's just the only person I could think of who probably do that. I mean, and then she's a cheerleader, so she's kind of involved, but not really. You think the cheerleader?
I was about to say, they seem to be involved in everything. Why aren't they involved in this?
Yeah.
You know what I think is weird? This seems to be an annual thing, but they don't do it annually.
Right, yeah, we never see it again.
Which is weird because I love the episode.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you want to do it again?
Yeah, just like one more time, because then it would have been like a different, there's different dynamics there. So.
And different groups of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then there would have been
Rachel and Skills was in it. And
right.
So there just would have been more people and it would have been fun. Yeah. Plus there was drama then, so it'd been great. And plus, in schools, that's what you do.
Yeah, well, I don't know if them having skills on there would be a good idea.
But schools do that. If you do something one year, you're going to do it the next year. It's just what you do.
Didn't we kind of had like our own like Miss USA kind of thing with the boys, remember? But it was Mr. and then our mascot name, but that was like the closest we got. But it was like a talent competition, if anything. So
I didn't go to that.
I did. It was cool. Some of the boys' talents were really entertaining to watch, but yeah.
Okay.
It was. I can't think of anything specifically because it's kind of blurred out of my head, but I just remember being like in the back because there's a lot of people there, surprisingly, and well, I didn't think it was like a big thing. Like I didn't think people were really into it, so I was surprised when I did see a lot of people there. But yeah.
Well, I think because nobody was making out with them, so they made it PG.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So Sherry tells Brooke to go to the ATM down the street.
Well, yeah, because Brooke's like, "What do I do now?" It's like, really, Brooke?
And then that makes me wonder too, because she was outside in the hallway or whatever. Brooke was. So she had to have bid on, because it seemed like they just started. And then we go to Brooke. So she already bid on a guy. You know what I mean?
And then Sherry says there's 4 left.
And then it's like toward the end when she said that. And she couldn't have been there that long fighting with Sherry. I don't know. That just didn't seem right.
Well, yeah, because it seems like you bid, and then you go out there.
Give them your money.
Yeah, because when they walk off stage, they go and see who they are getting.
Yeah.
And then you walk off with the person.
Yeah. So I was just wondering why she was out there to begin with.
I don't know. Whitey just must be good at hosting by every person. He just acts like it's the beginning.
Yeah. So
something. I don't know. Because it is weird that, there's 4 left. And it's like, well, obviously, there's 4 left on the team.
Yeah. And then Haley gets there a little bit later, because they already started.
And wouldn't you be worried that your man or one of your many are already betted on?
Yeah, she was aiming for Lucas.
She was, but I'm just saying that...
Hey, he could have been already bid on.
That's what I'm saying is, unless you knew the order.
Right, yeah, that's you.
She probably had an order then, if she came in late.
I feel like it could have been by jersey number if that was...
Well, if that's the case, he's 3.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, definitely not.
Well, then he would have been first.
Yeah,
no, actually,
first.
Tim would have been. Isn't he 0? Oh, no. Who's 0?
I really don't know Tim's. Is he 0?
No, is Jake's? Who's 0?
I don't know.
Who's 00?
I don't know.
Is it Jake?
Would Google tell me? I don't know. I feel like if I typed that, it was not giving me an answer. Let's see, One Tree Hall. Type up on hands could take a minute. Jersey numbers. Not 12. You know 12. Maybe you don't know 12. Who's 12?
Nobody.
I know, just give me 12. Jersey numbers. Okay, AI is giving me something. Nathan, 23, Lucas, 3.
You and your AI.
Jamie, that's how Google works now, it's the first thing that pops up. Jamie's 12.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, who's Jamie?
Who's Jamie?
Well, I thought it was like going to be, how the teams are right now. Yeah, so it's only giving me those 3, even on Reddit. I feel like I would have to watch the episode to, see who's who, but, unless I put, Jake, jersey number, maybe.
Yeah, type in there.
Let's see. Let's tell me where he lives in the series. Doesn't tell me everything about his jersey number. Doesn't paragraph stuff. Yeah, somebody.
Because at their convention thing, they wore their jersey numbers.
Oh, I have it on mine.
Like that would be faster.
Okay, yeah, so James is 23. Yep,
Jake, 00.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, so Jake is 00. Okay. So Jake would have been first.
Yeah.
And then Lucas, probably. Whoever's one. But, so yeah, Jake.
And there are 2 also?
Yeah, so yeah, Jake would have been first auction, so it definitely can't be by number. So, it can't even be by last name.
Right.
Because Tim went first.
We don't do
which is Smith.
Oh, okay.
And then Jagelski.
Yeah.
So, and then Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it just went by whoever's probably the most popular. I don't know.
Or maybe they, the order they signed up for, I don't know. Could have been anything.
Yeah, I don't know. But
maybe it was a choice that they signed up for it, and that's the order they went with.
Because I'm really just surprised that Jake went for it. Because, again, shouldn't he be with Ellen's child?
Right, yeah. Maybe because I'll just bring it up later, but we might as well now. Because remember when Brooke said that told Mouth that she was hoping to have a night with a different guy. So he's like, let me give you some of your money back. So does that mean that they got a cut of the money that was bidded on them then? Because why would he have it if it's for charity?
Right.
That was my question.
Yeah, then it should have went all to charity, however much you... So then it was pimping.
Yeah, and the guy did get a cut, Then
that is pimping.
Yeah, because he said some money, so he's probably give her whatever he got from, $200 that she bid on him? Yeah, so maybe he got, $20 or something. I don't know what percentage they would have given them, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like I said, that was going to be my question when we got to the scene, but
we
keep talking about the money part, so.
That's gross.
Yeah, so I think maybe that's why Jake did this to get some of that money for Jenny, so.
Oh, maybe, well, from somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd rather get the money back.
Right.
So I do love when, which by the way, did you really think Brooke going all the way to the ATM and back would actually be enough time?
No.
I thought the same thing. I was like, unless the ATM is right outside,
right?
I don't think you'd have enough time because it probably takes 20 minutes. Because they're auctioning pretty fast.
Yeah, and Sherry did say it was down the street. So unless you're ran there and back, maybe.
Because in our town, it would probably take 20 minutes or more. I'm saying here and back.
Yeah, because we don't even have any ATMs outside like that. That would be
over there. But
Yeah, I mean, if
like the credit union over there.
Yeah, like, I mean, if we walked, definitely wouldn't be so fast.
No, but that's why I said, like, maybe 20 minutes there and back, and that's obviously getting in and out of your car. But that's why I'm like, they're auctioning within a couple minutes, so she only has a couple minutes to actually get back, to actually get to the last guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Brooke, just sit down. Like, you don't have the money.
Right.
I did love next when Tim comes out, right? And Whitey goes, do I hear $30? And then, like, nobody's doing anything. He goes, 20? Then he goes, 10.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. And everybody, like, Whitey's face is just like, oh God. Because, like, nobody is bidding him. And he's being so ridiculous out there. Yeah. And then Deb is like, well, I think I have some chores at home.
Right. So she pulls out $8.
Yeah. Then she goes, I have $8. And then Whitey goes, sold. And I'm like, oh my, like, how embarrassing.
Yeah, well, I thought it was funny how when Peyton and Haley were talking before that, how Haley said that she was going to bid on Lucas because she hasn't had the time, to spend with him lately, but, she gets Nathan for free. That was funny.
Well, all the talk of, like, Lucas, I felt bad for Peyton.
Because...
Did you see her face? Because, like, Haley's like, oh, I miss Lucas. And she was just like... Because you can tell, like, she misses Lucas, too. And I was just like, Haley, like, stop. You can like, did you forget that she likes him? That didn't stop. I was just like, come on now, reel it back in. Well, I think it's not all about you, Haley.
Well, I think it's because Lucas is Haley's friend, so she shouldn't see him in the same way.
Right, but I'm just saying that she's talking to one of his... Would you even call it his ex?
No, because what they were doing was cheating. She was more like his mistress, really.
They were his mistress. But, so I was just like, you're talking to her, who obviously misses him, too.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's just because, like, they're over with and everything.
They're only over because it had to be. Otherwise, they'd still be doing it.
Right.
But Peyton's face is just down. I was like, aw. I felt bad for her. Because she's sitting here listening to Happy Haley. So I was just like, poor Peyton.
Yeah. And then when Tim was on stage and dancing around, shaking his butt and everything, the girls were, like, disturbed by it. And Payne was covering her eyes while Haley was hiding her face with her program, partially, but, like, still watching. That was funny.
So then it shows mouth, right? And someone yelled, how much for the microphone, boy?
Right.
I was like, oh my God. Okay, but what did you like when Jake came out?
Yeah, in the Raven mascot suit?
Yes. Like, of course Jake is going to come out in the mascot.
Well, I wasn't expecting it because we didn't even, like, see a mascot until now.
No, but it was funny. Well, they're the Ravens.
Yeah, I know, but we just never saw it before until now, so I don't think they even, like, had one, really, because nobody was taking that role, so.
Right. I just thought it was funny.
Because I feel like I could see Tim in it, too.
He should have been in it.
At least for the game, so.
No, he should have been in it just to... Maybe he would have got bid a lot higher than $8.
Yeah, if he, like, didn't take off the head and just kept dancing.
Exactly. Yeah. Then he would have been like, oh, we don't really know what he looks like. We'll take him.
Yeah.
Then they could have actually got $30.
Yeah, so,
Well, he could have still danced up there. It would have been a Raven dancing.
Right.
But Jake was funny in it.
Yeah, so,
But how did you like how, Peyton's like, oh, I'm gonna bet on Jake, and then, she loses. Now, how much money did, Peyton, bring?
$87.53.
That's a weird number. Now, my thing is, too, didn't these girls go to this last year? Don't they know? As in, like, Brooke and Peyton. Don't they remember how much to bring?
Yeah, but maybe that's all they could bring. I don't know.
Brooke, who's rich?
Well, she only had credit cards, so yeah, you would also think that she would know that they only take cash as well. So.
Exactly. You would know that you gotta show up with the money.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot of things missing here.
Yeah, but Peyton seems like she doesn't have to ask for money. She just gets it. She seems like she just always has it when she needs. So I just find it weird that she would only have that much.
Well, she's the one. Well, no, her. Out of them, her and Haley have jobs. So
Peyton has a job.
Yeah, she does comics for the magazine.
Oh, yeah. So, but I just find it weird that she would only have that much money. And again, if you've done this before, you would know to bring. Like, if we went to something, I want to know how much I need to bring so that I can win. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
So I just find that weird that they have went to this, but they don't know how much to bring.
Are they supposed to be varsity? Or are they?
Yeah.
Maybe only the varsity team does this, and they wouldn't have
Nathan, I guess, has been on it. Because he's so good.
Would it still be varsity as sophomores?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was
my other he can be the rest of them if they're, because normally JV, you're a sophomore, but if you're really good, they'll move you up, which I think is what Nathan did. But
because I was thinking,
Tim, on the other hand,
yeah, I was thinking maybe it was that, like only the varsity.
Oh yeah, because where's the JV team?
Yeah, only the varsity team does this, and if they weren't last year, then it makes sense why this was on new for them this year, just not like this school in general.
But I feel like Peyton would because it was her boyfriend, and Brooke would because she likes boys. Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of missing
But
pieces.
Again, like that's why Haley wouldn't know.
Right.
But again, why didn't Peyton bring the right amount of money? You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what threw me off.
Mm-hmm.
Because, she doesn't have enough money. Not as much as, Miss Nikki.
Right. I mean, she's the adult, I guess. We don't know what she's doing for money.
Does she even have a job?
Yeah, I don't know, because we didn't know
nothing about her.
Yeah, we didn't know that she was in college, but that was it. But she wouldn't be getting money from that.
Well, I guess she could bartend.
Yeah, yes.
Joey made money.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when Lucas was up next, he just does
his normal walk that people have mimicked.
Yeah, and he was like doing it shy,
That's his walk. That is.
I know, but
that is his walk.
I know. I'm saying with his face, he was making it look like he was shy.
You've never seen his walk?
No, I have. I'm seeing his face. Was really shy. He was he was putting his head down, trying to kind of hide it like a turtle, in a shell.
The Chad walk.
Yeah. So
Oh my god.
So obviously Haley wanted to bid on him, but so many girls started bidding on him as well that it goes up to 101, and then Haley shouts 105. But then it keeps going. But she's outbidding herself. She goes 110, 115.
So how much did she really pay for him?
115.
What?
Yeah, because she was outbidding herself.
Why would you even say
Because all the girls were bidding on him, and then I guess she got nervous and made sure no one else was gonna bid, so she kept going higher on her own. I don't know. That was kind of stupid. She just paid $10 more, but yeah.
Well, okay. So wait, how much did she bring with her?
The 115.
So she brought 115.
Yeah, except for the later with the 20 emergency dollars that she gave to Peyton.
So she had 135.
Yeah, to bid on Nathan, yeah.
And then she bid 115.
On Lucas.
Yeah. So then she had the 20.
Yeah.
I can't believe she would do that.
Right. Except she could have had, saved the last $10 and maybe get it to Peyton too, but...
yeah, because she clearly needed it.
Yeah. So she just screwed herself over twice, but
Well, and then did you hear? Oh, he is so not worth it.
Yeah, it was for cafe savings.
But I was just like, damn. Oh, do you remember too when I said, I wonder if maybe Haley was helping Nathan pay for his apartment or whatever? Yeah. I guess not, because her savings went to Lucas.
Yeah. And then too, the whole time they're calling them boy toys as well, which is gross. But
boy toy auction.
Yeah. And then Whitey said for the ladies to loosen up their purse strings and pucker up those lips, and remember this is for a good cause. And then the ladies' night song by Cool in the Game starts playing when Nathan walks in.
Oh my God, Cynthia! Once that music started and Nathan came out, I was like, oh My God.
Yeah,
Okay, who wouldn't bid on him?
because there was one girl who was like she gulped and like looked like she was gonna collapse any second. But
Well, she was the one trying to bid on everyone too.
Yeah, and then he was putting on a show because when he got to the
he
end
had
stage,
he had the sunglasses going and he was walking all cool and smooth.
Yeah.
And then when he ripped off his pants, his sweatpants, I was like, oh my God. And then Peyton said, it smells like sex in here.
Yeah, but it was funny with Haley because like you could tell like he didn't tell her what he was doing because she was shocked at what she was seeing. And then that same girl from before looked like she's gonna faint now. And she's the one that yells out $80 to start off with.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my God. Yeah. But after once that music came, you knew something was going to come up because I was like, he came to win, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. And then when he opened his shirt, and they had paint
boy toy,
on his in blue paint on his chest, and yes, that's when Payne said that, and then the bid's going higher up to 90. And Haley's getting nervous, so she yells 91.
And Peyton goes, well, that's a weird threesome.
Yeah. And then, Whitey's asking if there's anybody else who wants to go higher than that.
And then she goes, Peyton, you gotta bid. And she goes, what?
Yeah.
Which is weird that Peyton didn't think of it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you want to help your friend? And I know he's your ex, but isn't it better that Peyton bid him than some other girl?
Yeah, because I feel like Peyton was gonna
even if it was Brooke, I'd be okay with Brooke bidding him first. Again, somebody I don't know or trust.
Yeah, but I think Peyton was originally gonna bet on Jake.
She was, but once she lost to Nikki, she had nobody.
I just forgot that fact.
So I was just like, once she lost, why didn't she go? I'll do it, and then bid.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, Peyton, be a friend and bid on the boy.
Yeah. I wonder if who would have been her second choice then, that's what I meant. So they're fighting with the fainting girl who brought it up to 109. And
Haley's making faces.
Yeah, and 40 cents. So Haley gets the emergency money to, help with Peyton. She now has a total of $112.53. And, Haley, it was funny because Haley looked at that other girl and was like, ha, we got him, not you. Yeah, so
what the one girl only bring $100?
She had brought it up to, I think it was 91, I think the other girl called it up to, but yeah. So then that's when Brooke walks in, and what he says they're out of flesh. Which just keeps...
I don't know about these words.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's what he said about...
the microphone boy.
Well, he's because it's like ending. He adds that the boys belong to the highest bidder until the midnight kiss,
Gross.
And then the legal thing, and then it's when Mouse picking up the cords, cleaning up after the show, and then that's when the bidding goes because the girls see him and say $5, and he goes up higher. Then he ends up going for 200 because Brooke walks back in and she just I don't think she really would pay attention to what she was hearing numbers probably and was like, oh, I gotta win this one. So
that's the last one. I gotta go.
Yeah. So.
Well, but did you realize that Mouth was the highest bid?
Yep.
Not even Nathan Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Also, didn't Lucas get a higher bid? Because didn't you say Haley bid him for 115?
Yeah, he was the highest.
And then Nathan was 112.
Yeah.
What was Jake?
100.
100.
Yeah.
Okay, but did you hear Lucas though when he told Jake, "Oh, who's the one that you bid or that bid you?" And he was like, he goes, "I'm not sure, but it'll be pretty interesting or funny." He goes, "It's for a good cause," and I'm like, Jake.
Yeah, he's gonna regret that.
You might want to just walk away now.
Right.
I was like, you're such a good sport because who would sit there that long with her?
Right. So, there must have not been an age limit then because how did Nikki get in too?
I know, and she's supposed to be in college, right?
Yeah, and then I guess it wasn't for a school, for people who go to the school or involved with the school. could bet it was like anybody because she.
See, that's what our school would have done.
Right? Yeah, it would.
They would have been like only
our school. Sorry,
only our school and nobody else.
Yeah.
Even if you have a significant other, sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what they did for like homecoming and stuff. You weren't allowed to take anybody else.
Yeah.
So
you got permission, but you would have to start the paperwork and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I'm sure they would have made it real tight.
Right. Yeah.
And legal, even though this whole thing is not legal.
And then later on, Larry drops by the cafe to see Karen.
Do you like these two together?
Not really.
I just find them both boring. I'm not gonna lie. Like when they're together, they're just boring. Mm-hmm. If they're separate, I'm fine with them. But like when they're together, I'm just kind of like, eh.
They're not bad, but I think this because this was the one actually though that like Larry and with because it seemed like because he went in to ask her basically on a date, and you could tell Karen didn't really want to go, didn't want to have dinner with him, but he was like pushing, and like I swear if he changed his tone just ever so slightly, every word he was saying just would have been red flags, because it's not like I'm a serial killer. And then he said,
when he said that, I was like, how do we know? Yeah. Like we've never seen you.
Yeah. And it was funny because he said,
"Hey, serial killers go away. Maybe that's why he kept leaving all the time."
Because and then he said too, like it's just a couple of new friends eating food, and then when Karen says okay, Larry says it's a date then. When he just said it was friends, I'm like, what the heck? Like I said, if it wasn't for his tone, everything would be red flags. Well, so I was just like, and you could just tell Karen didn't really want to do it.
No, and you can tell, her face is telling it all.
Yeah, so he had to convince her, persuade her.
Well, and you have to keep in mind, her son almost died.
Yeah. He
just got out of the hospital a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. She's trying to get her business back, together because she's been gone. Mm-hmm. And she's trying, and then she still has to pay off his medical bills. Remember, she said she was paying Keith back. Right. I mean, she's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's like, oh no, we need to go out on a date. It's like, she's just trying to get her life together, dude. Chill. Mm-hmm. You just came back into town after all these years, so cut it. Mm-hmm. I didn't like the guy. I'm not pleased with him.
Yeah.
Plus, I just, again, find them boring. I mean, is there any Larry and Karen fans?
I don't know the question.
I don't know any.
But I did like the idea, because the girls were talking about how Larry would, how did, I forgot what they said about them there. But anyways, they were saying they thought it would be cool if they had made him a background of he knew Karen from when he went to because we know that Peyton's mom was a cheerleader for the Ravens too. So it would have been cool if Larry had been maybe a few grades or 2 grades higher than them, and so they would have already known each other from back in the day instead of 2 strangers meeting now. If they just had background, it would have been more.
But maybe they didn't meet in high school
or college. One of those. Yeah, they said college as well.
Yeah, but Karen, I don't think went to college. Did she?
No, I'm talking about Oh no, I remember. Okay, so they said, what if Payne's mom and Karen were friends, and then so that's how she knew Larry later on when she got married, when Payne's mom got married to him.
But if Karen was anything like Brooke in high school or Peyton, they didn't talk to the rest of the team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So they probably weren't friends.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting background. Instead of just 2 strangers kind of meeting for the first time.
Well, that's the thing is if they knew each other. Well, and it's supposed to be a small town. Mm-hmm. It's a small town, but yet it's a big school.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand this.
Right. Yeah. So back after the auction, Brooke is walking around with Mouse saying who's got $50 cash?
I can't with her.
Yeah, because she says she has the mouth boy for a trade. So who wants him?
I can't.
Yeah, so
you just freaking bid on him.
And yeah, I really didn't like that, and how she called him mouth boy, and she's walking. She has him on her arm, walking around with him, and so he's hearing every little thing. He thought someone wanted to actually go out with him, and then here Brooke is doing this, trying to just get some of her money back and trade,
I wanted to cry.
I know, yeah.
Because she's not nice at all.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Neither.
I'm like, Brooke, you actually deserve nobody.
Yeah.
I'm like, Lucas actually is good without you.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like she kind of like went back to like early season 1 Brooke, you know?
Yeah, it's like Peyton changed for the better.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan changed for the better. You? Nope, you're still the same.
Yeah.
It's almost the end of season 1 and you're still the same, Brooke. I'm like, you're so rude. I can't with you.
Right. Yeah, and then Deb finds Tim, or Timmy as she calls him.
Oh my God, when she said that she had, what was it? She had like work for him and stuff. And to bring a change of clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, the change of clothes, I'm like, I can see why Tim thought what he did.
Me too. Yeah. And how she was saying it.
Yeah, because she said she planned on getting dirty.
And how she was saying it too.
Mm-hmm.
I plan on getting dirty. I'm like,
yeah.
It wasn't even like how a mother would say it. I'm like,
yeah, because he'll want to take a shower after. Yeah,
I was like,
with him. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was so confused. I'm like, but how she was saying it, I was like,
yeah,
ew. Like, could you imagine Karen saying those words? No. I was like, Deb, you are making it gross.
Yeah, so I feel like...
Well, then did you see him? He's all like,
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get action with Nathan's mom over here.
Yeah, so I don't think neither one of them told anybody what happened, except both Dan and
Dan? Oh, Dan will tell everybody.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
I would say, because, I feel like...
Did he take a camera with him? I'm sure he's...
No, he was watching.
Nobody should have.
Yeah, because I'm sure Deb and Tim wouldn't say anything to anyone else, but,
No, they were embarrassed.
Yeah,
because... Dan, on the other hand...
Yeah, because if word got around, he definitely would have... made
she probably would have been charged.
Yeah, and made an age limit for the auction next year or whenever they would have it again. And then Jake's walking around trying to find who, and they keep saying bought him. I don't like that either. Trying to see who bid on him, and then he hears a familiar voice behind him.
And she's holding up his card.
Yeah.
That's when I saw how pretty the cards are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he was like, nope.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah, then he just starts walking away, but of course she follows him.
Because, I bought you.
Mm-hmm.
Go away, Nikki.
Yeah, so, So she's following him, and she says she just wants to talk, and he says, where you've been the last 8 months, or how, his daughter doesn't have a mother.
It is weird. Like, why is she coming back now out of nowhere?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, she wants him back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, I kind of wish you saw, how it happened, how she left, did she leave? I mean, she probably did leave without saying anything to him, but, because, we
don't know why, how, no answers.
What was the situation? Was it right after she was born, or did, she try to stay? And,
did she have postpartum?
Yeah,
because that is a reason.
Yeah, was she living with him and his parents, or was it her house, her parents, or...
That kicked her out, maybe?
Yeah, there's just a lot of background stuff that would have been helpful for this, but either way, she did leave, so there's without explanation.
Do you know what I have a problem with, though?
What?
Is she's so concerned with getting him back.
Right, yep. Mm-hmm.
She says a couple times about her daughter.
Yeah.
But it's the whole time, I love you. I want you back. Don't you miss me? The whole time, it's all about him. Mm-hmm. Don't you think that in order to get him back, it would mean you showing your mom to your daughter first?
Yeah.
Then it'll get him back.
Yeah.
I was like, winning his heart would mean winning your daughter's heart.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, but
what person doesn't understand that?
Yeah.
But the whole time, it's all about him. And I'm just like, shut up and be there for your daughter, and then maybe you can be together. Mm-hmm. Not that he wants that,
right?
But I'm just saying that at least you'd have a chance. The fact that the whole time she's just so obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
And again, she was so she missed Jake and her daughter, right? As she claims. Now, why was she making out with Lucas and doing more than that?
Yeah, that was just...
You know what I mean? If you miss Jake, why are you kissing Lucas?
Right.
And if you miss your daughter, why aren't you with her? And you're with Lucas. Mm-hmm. Again, partying means more than your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see. Oh, all of a sudden overnight wasn't it the same night? that she hooked up with Lucas, that she went to knock on his door?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was like, didn't we ever see her?
I was like...
Because I was like, it would have made sense if she would have saw him before, but she did see him before.
She did. That's why he was like, oh, my worst nightmare when he opened the door.
So why didn't she tell him this when she first saw him?
That she loved him. I think he shoved the door in her face.
Yeah, and then we didn't see her again after that.
Because I think this was her way, if she bidded and won, she could get him to talk, because he would have to talk to her.
Yeah.
Don't you think, too, that this would also be a legal issue with, like, custody? I'm saying, like, if you had, like, let's just say you had, like, a restraining order against somebody.
Yeah, but I don't think he did, or else he would have mentioned it.
Well, I'm just saying that, I don't know, no, but it went to the highest bidder. Like, that, I'm just saying, like, don't you think there's some reason that maybe some things could be a pass? Like, if there's, if, like, you have a stalker, then obviously they can't bid on you, or court order, they can't bid. Like, there has to be reasons that you can't be bidded on.
Oh, like the be bid on or bid on someone?
Well, because Jake had no idea that it was his ex that did it.
And it's not like they're going to do background checks for every person.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, don't you think that you could get into some legal issues by having this go on and there's problems? Like, in the future, Peyton has a stalker. What if she,
he could have easily done it.
It's like that whole thing of it could have been anyone. The fact that you're just going to allow anyone.
Right.
And there are crazy people. So I just find it weird that they allowed it. Right. And again, they don't really know Nikki, do they? I mean, maybe she went to school there. I don't know. Well, but I feel like if she went to school there, they would know her.
Yeah, I would say it couldn't have been. And we don't really know Jake outside of basketball either, so it's not like we can say, oh, he's...
this and that, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, even later on...
We know nothing.
Yeah, it's just Jenny, so... But, yeah, so then we don't know how they...
No, don't know how they met either.
Yeah, so...
We know nothing about these two.
Yeah, so it would have been helpful, because it did seem like it was going to be... He was going to be a big deal for the whole series until he left for his show, so... But they didn't really flesh out his character at all. He was just a dad.
Yep. That's all we ever knew him as. I think that's why I was never really on the Jake and Peyton train, because I didn't know much about Jake. Except for the fact that he was a good dad. Like, that's all we ever knew him as. So I was just like, and he did everything for his daughter. So I was like, that's all we know about him. Like, at least Nathan and Lucas, you can say whatever you want to say, but there was more to them.
Right.
I wish we could have seen that. Because again, even though we don't like Nikki, we still want more information on her. Because then we can judge her more.
Yeah.
Or at least properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because again, maybe she did have postpartum and she had to leave. Or maybe her parents forced her to leave. There are reasons. But, yeah. Or maybe it was like Karen and she couldn't afford to raise a child. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because clearly Jake's parents are helping him. But again, Nikki's parents aren't helping, so maybe they didn't want to raise another kid.
Yeah, well, we don't know anything about her parents either, so...
We don't know. Well, we don't know anything about her.
Yeah, so she just wanted him for her to hear.
Did you hear her, though?
What?
She said, I don't want to mess with your head.
Right.
I'm like, but isn't that what you're doing?
Right, yeah, especially later on when they're in the car.
Yeah, I'm just like, I can't with you, Nikki. That's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, so she tells him, just to hear her out, and if he wants to ditch her, he can. And he says
you should do it,
yeah, like she did, to him. And then back to Mouth and Brooke, where Mouth is excited about the limo,
Then this is where she calls them lips.
Yeah, again, And then,
and then how did you like when he said, it's Mouth, and she goes, I know.
Yeah, isn't this the second time they did this?
Yep.
Exactly, yeah.
She just did this last episode. With the cheerleading.
Right, yeah. No,
I was like, I cannot, Brooke. Like, especially when you know his name and you actually say to him, I know.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you would have said, like, I forgot. But to physically say, I know.
Right.
It just means you have no respect for the person. So I don't care what you say after that because you got no respect for the person.
Right.
So I was like, go away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
so,
Mouth, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
My buddy Mouth deserves so much better than Brooke.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, so she explains she knows she owes him for the cheerleading competition, but she had the whole night planned, and it's just
Okay,
a waste
if she owes
the
him,
wax. Yeah,
then why don't she shut up and just take him?
right. Yeah,
Like, it bothered me. I'm like,
Mhm.
nobody gives a crap that you got waxed.
right.
So, shut up
Mhm.
and just take him.
Yeah, so that's when he got out of the limo and offered her some of the money, but Brooke says she doesn't want the money.
I'm like, you can see how happy he is. Like,
Right.
now he's just a charity to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I didn't like, was that they made him out as a charity. They could have turned it around, like, it made her look better too, as, oh, she owes him, so she wants to go with him.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, oh, I guess I have to take him.
Yeah.
Like, he's like a little puppy. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it for Mel's character. I didn't like it for Brooke's character.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that could have been done better because Brooke she was in a terrible light this episode.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I think at least then it could have been a little bit redeeming if she would have offered it as a kind of payoff or equal to the cheerleading.
Yeah.
I think that's what it should have been done. But of course, it was probably to make Brooke look bad. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, so she said she's going to take him to one place, so we don't know how many she originally had planned, but I'm guessing at least
all
a few.
night long.
Yeah. And then the next scene
what time in this evening is it?
I don't know.
Because Tim is supposed to go home, get a change of clothes, and meet Deb at her house. So that's probably going to take
half hour
wherever he lives.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what time is this auction?
Right.
Oh, by the way, Midnight Kiss. Could you imagine Deb and Tim?
Right. Oh, yeah. We don't know what would have happened. I mean, obviously Tim would have wanted the kiss, but...
Okay, and Deb wouldn't. She probably would have kissed his, like, cheek.
or something, or... I don't know. I feel like she wouldn't be comfortable doing that either. I think she would just, like, maybe give him a hug or a handshake.
Yes, but a kiss at midnight.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I know. I was like, okay, and then that being your best friend's mom.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even just anyone's mom. It's your best friend's mom.
Well, sometimes that can easily happen in real life with boys.
I'm just saying. Like, Nathan would have been like, no. I think he probably would have ended his friendship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because obviously he didn't know about this situation, but...
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That would have been a reaction I'd want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got Dan, but I wanted that Nathan would have been a good one.
Yeah, I'm surprised, like...
We didn't get it.
Somebody didn't, like, or even just Dan, like, didn't tell
Or even
Nathan.
at the end, like, Nathan finding out, like, oh, that would have been perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the next scene we see Haley and Payne, where Haley tells Payne she's excited to have Lucas show herself tonight. They haven't been able to have a night together in forever, and Payne says same goes for her and Nathan. And that's when Nathan walks up and says to Payne he knows that she's still into him, but $112. And then he tells Haley to come see him around midnight because goodbye. Haley tells him to not have fun tonight in front of Payne, and he says he won't. And then Nathan says to Payne for them to just get this over with, and Payne tells Haley that's funny because that's what he used to say before they had sex. So Haley was like trying to laugh while also being a little worried now. And then Payne follows Nathan.
Yeah, but she trusts Payne.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I think she was maybe thinking that he might try something, you know.
Yeah, but Payne would stop it.
Yeah, but she didn't stop with Lucas.
I think she likes Haley more.
Which is bad, considering that Brooke was supposed to be the best friend.
Yeah, but it seems like she has more respect for Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, she likes the guy Nathan is with Haley. So I don't think she wants to mess that up.
Yeah, I guess.
Because she couldn't change him, so she's happy somebody else did.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think she wouldn't.
Okay.
Plus, I don't think she's into him. Like, she's into Lucas.
Yeah. So then Nathan brings Payne to his new apartment. So does that mean that she got to see it before Haley, or... Because we didn't see Haley walk in and see it.
Yeah, but he said, meet me tonight at my place. So yeah, I'm sure she did.
Unless he just told her.
She knows exactly where it's at.
Yeah, he could have told her though, just like its number, whatever. So
I'm sure she's been there.
I don't know. To me, it just seemed like that Payne saw it first. It just seemed. But yeah, so the place has no furniture and a few things are covered in plastic. So Payne asks if Nathan's gonna, kill her, and he just says the painters must have left that stuff. And then
where are we gonna eat?
Right. Yeah. Well, Nathan first, catches up with Payne and says that the judge had declared him for, emancipation.
That was fast.
Yeah.
I was like,
And then, I just
didn't he just
say he was going to do it?
Yeah, just 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty fast.
Yeah. And then, I just want to know how he even did it because, you're supposed to have proof of
a job.
Yeah, exactly. And we know he doesn't have one as of yet.
A job and income in the bank for a while.
Yeah, just
or stability.
Yeah, as an adult, because that's where he's going to be. So, and like I said, unless he had an allowance, I don't know if I said this before, maybe I was doing it to myself, but maybe he had an allowance he saved up. I don't know.
But I still feel like the judge would ask for proof of a job, because again, money can go, so you need to work. And plus, I think Dan would take away his allowance.
Yeah. So I'm saying that he had to have saved up or something.
Yeah, but we know in the future he has to work, so I'm just kind of like...
Well, maybe he used that to get the last and first rent, maybe. That's what he used it for.
But again, the judge wouldn't just grant it to somebody who isn't ready.
Yeah, because they can continue paying after that, yeah.
It's not like he got a job at Karen's Cafe.
Right, yeah, I don't know.
And then...
There's just a lot of missing pieces in this episode for a lot of things.
Yeah, because I'm like, that was pretty fast there, Nathan. I don't know how you got that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I know how, because it's almost the end. Gotta wrap it up.
Yeah. So, they go, since there's no furniture, they go to the bedroom when,
to eat.
Yeah, because he has his bed.
Did you see her face?
Yeah.
Because he was like, because she goes, oh, where are we going to eat? And he goes, well, there's always the bed. Yeah. And then he sits down, gets out the food, and her face is like,
she
it's
looked
like
really
haunting with all the memories.
Yeah, she looked really uncomfortable, yeah.
I was like, oh, Peyton.
And then Jake and Nikki are eating outside of a fast food place. Jake points out she still eats dessert before the meal. Nikki says that he used to find it cute, and she tries giving him a spoonful of the dessert, but he says that, that was before she abandoned his child. I did like how he kept saying, his child and his daughter, not our daughter. Yeah, so.
She left the kid.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I liked how he put that in her face,
I love how protective Jake is of his daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently Nikki said that she made a mistake. She didn't know what kind of mother she was going to be.
She still isn't a girl.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't know. It seems like she had more time to think about that. The whole 9 months she was pregnant to think about what kind of mother she's going to be. And,
when she held the baby.
Yeah, then did the realization hit her or something? Because it doesn't make sense, if so.
Maybe she held it and said, I can't be a mother.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe, yeah, actually seeing her, for the first time, maybe that, really hit her, I don't know, but it's kind of hard to, believe that.
But I'm with Jake. You held her in your arms, and then you left her.
Oh, and then she mentioned that he knows how her parents felt, so yeah, her parents weren't happy with her having a kid.
Maybe they brainwashed her into saying she'd be a terrible mother.
Yeah, it could be it, too.
That's what that documentary said. I'll tell you later.
Okay. And then, she just wasn't ready.
Again, then why the other night were you out with Lucas?
Right.
Instead of begging to come back.
Yeah, and then he told...
this girl is driving me crazy because she has no remorse for what she did to her little girl.
Right.
Forget Jake for a second, because, we got to be grown-ups for a second, right? Especially when you have a baby.
Yeah.
Because, the focus is your child. You left your child.
Right.
You got to start making that up first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, I'm tired of the poor me, poor me.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Jenny.
Yeah.
But, you know, actually, it's probably a good thing you left her. Because would you want Nikki as your mother? I wouldn't.
No, yeah. Yeah, so, you know, she says that she hated herself for leaving, and that's why she came back 8 months later. And then, because, like, I get maybe, like, a month, but then after that, it's just a very everyday choice not to be there, you know?
Well, and you have to get up and
Mm-hmm.
choose to be the mother. You know what I mean? Even if, like, on hard days, it's like you still get up.
Yeah.
And you still are there for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what being a parent is.
Yeah. And so she says
I think Nikki just didn't want to be. Isn't she in college or something? Like, I think that's what she wanted was...
to party, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably goes to a party college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she just wants, you know, to be in Jenny's life and his too. And then she was messing with a salt shaker, and I guess it annoyed him, so he took it from her. I don't know. That was kind of weird to me. I don't know.
I think he just didn't want her. I think he was just annoyed at her altogether.
Mm. Yeah, so...
kind of like I was.
Yeah, so, you know, she says that she misses him. She says him, not Jenny.
Again, that's what I mean. Why is it never your daughter?
Mm-hmm. And that she wanted to call 1,000 times over the last 8 months.
Why didn't you?
Yeah, he pointed out, like, why didn't, you know, she didn't, so... And then...
Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Why? And who cares that she didn't? She didn't. There you go.
Right. And then Larry and Karen are finishing dinner at his place. Karen says it was great. And, you know, he says thanks, and it's thanks to a single-parent cooking class. Then he says he's glad she decided to come, and, you know, she's kind of pushed into it.
When did he take the single-parent cooking class?
I think it was a joke, maybe. I don't know. It was kind of hard to tell, too.
This guy, he's not funny.
Yeah.
I don't like him. But again,
yeah.
Have I liked him yet?
Right. And he asked if, the food wasn't too painful to eat or, like, bad. I don't know. He said, I don't know why he said painful, but she said, or maybe decided, I don't know, decided to come. Anyways, then he points out, you know, she doesn't date much, and she says she doesn't really date much at all. You know?
He just needs to shut up.
Right.
He was on my last nerve. You know why? Because he brought up Keith about 100 times. That's what it felt like. It was like any chance he could, like, talk about Keith, he did. And I was like, shut up.
Well, she brought him up first because she said that she just works a lot, and when she's not working, she's at home with Lucas and sometimes Keith. So that's when Larry said that Keith seems like a good man. And she says that he is, and then she clears her throat and says he's a good friend. So the way she did that was interesting. You know, like, because, like, I don't know if she said that to convince herself that he's a friend or to convince Larry, you know?
I think to convince Larry.
Because it was just awkward, too.
I don't know. But I just find Larry and Karen awkward.
And then Karen was going to get up to clear the dishes, but Larry tells her no, she's off duty and is not allowed to touch anything except her wine glass. And she can tour the house, make a long-distance phone call. Just relax. And then, you know, Karen then was joking with him now and said she does have friends in Florence. Maybe she should give them a call.
Well, at least she has humor. He doesn't.
Mm-hmm. And then Haley and Lucas are on the cafe roof. Lucas is happy with his idea with the balloons.
Milk water balloons?
Yeah. It was milk and water. So.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why couldn't it just be water balloons?
Yeah,
why milk?
Because that would be hard to get out of the clothes and the
smell.
hair. Yeah, so I don't know why.
Gross and be sticky.
I mean, I don't know what they could have used otherwise to kind of make it fun, but
just water balloons.
Yeah, I don't know. Because like all I can think of is there was that popular Nickelodeon game show. Figure It Out, I think, where they did like the food, you know, challenges. Maybe
never seen it.
Yeah, it was in the 90s too. And then what am I thinking of? Something 2000. Figure It Out.
I think there was something called Figure It Out.
anybody else can help me because I can't remember at the moment without looking it up. But that's the only reason why I could think that it would be like a idea that kids will want to do if they saw it on TV. But yeah, so Haley acts like, doing this game is childish because she couldn't do this stuff with Nathan.
Lucas says, yeah.
Yeah, but in a good way.
But see, I'm with Lucas and Haley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Haley asks Lucas what's the situation now with Peyton or Brooke or the bar slut she heard about. They all call, even though they don't know it's Nikki, they all say bar slut. I noticed. But Lucas, asks her, what does she hear and who does she hear it from? And Haley says she just heard stuff from people. And he says he just wants to play ball again and get over the drama. And it wasn't that long ago he was happy playing hoops with the guys and hanging out with her. But he hasn't even, it seems like ever since he joined the team, he never went back to a report unless he wasn't playing,
Yeah, well, unless he had a practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't really spent time with them or Haley.
Yeah.
Because it's either been the team
mm-hmm.
or Brooke or Peyton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Haley said she's going to call Nathan, and then when her back is turned, that's when Lucas throws a milk balloon at her. And she slowly turns around as the milk drips off of her and tells Lucas he's dead. And he says he guesses that was a milk one. So he meant to throw water. But I couldn't really see the balloons, but with balloons you can kind of tell the difference between milk and water, I think, with the darkness of it, wouldn't you?
I don't know.
Because water would be more clear, so you could see through the balloon a little bit. But the milk, it's more of a solid, so you couldn't really see through it, you know what I mean? So I feel like you could tell which one you're grabbing. But anyways, that was just my thought. And
he probably knew it was a milk one.
Yeah. He just said that to look innocent. But, yeah, so, but then, do you remember this episode when Joy was talking about how they did a lot of takes for that one shot right there when you threw it in the podcast?
No.
Yeah, well, she said it took so many takes, she started, feeling like it was like a ploy to just beat her up kind of with them and mess with her. So she actually did get emotional afterward. But, because apparently, they had so many mess ups where there was one time where Chad threw it at her head, and then he was missing her shoulder.
Well, if you've ever seen the basketball shots.
Yeah, I mean, so it makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense that he can't throw it at her.
Yeah, so and she didn't see how, the distance wise that he was throwing it at, but I feel like if he was messing up that many times, they could have had somebody else.
Why didn't they just call James in?
Yeah, and
because James can throw.
Yeah, because we didn't see. Did we see Lucas throw it? I don't think we did. I think we just saw Haley's back.
We saw Chad throw, but they could have him acted, and then it could have been James throwing.
Yeah,
because James would have hit her back, and then we would have been done and over with.
Yeah, because we didn't it's not like the camera followed the balloon after he threw it, even if they showed him,
Yeah, well, yeah, because they threw it and it left, but then it would hit her back. I think, so, yeah.
So just for her shot, they could have had somebody else do it, not Chad.
Chad, please don't throw anything.
Because I would get annoyed, after 5 tries, I'm have somebody else do it if he can't do it. Because I would get upset too, having to do that take. Oh, and I'm surprised they would do that because she would be wet every time. So it's supposed to be the first water balloon. So I don't know.
So they gotta fix her hair every time.
Yeah, use hair dryer? I don't know how they would do that every time. That was my question too.
It would be all night.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So just my thoughts about that, but yeah, so then, to get him back, she picks up a balloon and throws back at him. So then Brooke brings Mal to a strip club.
Oh, by the way, if it was me, I'd probably yell at him.
Oh.
Because I'd be like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
It's time for my bedtime.
Yeah. So Brooke brought Mal to a strip club, was the one place, I guess. We don't know what other places she had planned, I guess.
But is that all she took him to was a strip club, right?
Yeah.
Or she take him other places?
No, they were just in a limo talking after those scenes, but yeah. So, once again, they're minors. How the heck did they get in? I guess.
It's Brooke.
I mean, because we know Brooke has her fake ID, but did she? Because she couldn't have made Mouth one.
No.
Especially knowing she wasn't going to get him, but,
she didn't make him.
So how did he get in? That's my question.
Yeah, because we know he's a good kid. So we knew he doesn't make fake IDs.
Right. So there's...
Because Lucas didn't have a fake ID until Brooke made him one.
Right.
So even Lucas didn't have one. So, yeah.
Maybe she bribed the bouncer or whoever to get
Maybe
locked
she
in.
had a copy of somebody's and said this is him. Well, remember what on Dawson's Creek when what's his face? Drew made Pacey a fake ID that wasn't even his picture. Remember?
But didn't they get in trouble?
Yes, they got in trouble, but I'm just saying, maybe that's what she did.
Yeah, but...
And somehow she got away with it. Maybe she paid the person a little too much extra.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And bribed them to let Mouth
in.
in.
Yeah. So he's, of course, never been there before because he's underage. If anything, that should be the reason why. But,
I've never been here before. No, duh.
Yeah.
Brooke shouldn't be either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brooke says she's glad she brought him too, and that she enjoys corrupting America's youth. It's one of her hobbies. So obviously she's talking about Lucas.
Yep.
Because that's at least the only one we know besides for Mouth. At least, I guess it's nice that she's not having Mouth do something that could, be a permanent, like a tattoo,
Yes, but she is taking him where he shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because even Mouth acts like Lucas was one of her test subjects.
Because if that was your kid,
mm-hmm.
you wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was funny when Mom was like, was Lucas one of your test subjects? I'm
yeah.
Like, oh my god.
And then Brooke is, sensitive about the subject of Lucas, so
I know.
she acts
Don't talk about him.
Yeah.
All right, Brookie.
And then he changes the subject to, one of the girls saying she's practically naked up there in the cage. And, Brooke says, so you don't like naked girls? And he says he just never saw one up close before. But what he's seen from online, he thinks they're okay. And Brooke asks him if he wants to find out for sure, and she holds out her hand, and Mouth takes it. And then the next scene after that was Karen is still looking at Larry's looking through Payne's art, which I'm not sure if Payne would like that, even though she knows Karen.
Yeah, but it's Lucas's mom, so no.
Yeah, so I'm just like anybody that's not her dad looking at her art,
Because I'm sure there are certain ones she doesn't want Karen to see.
Right. Yeah.
Like anything that involves her son.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Karen says the art looks familiar. She says when she was a cheerleader, maybe that was a little hint that Karen was a lot like Peyton when she was younger, maybe. Okay. That's why I took that there. But when she said it looked familiar.
Wasn't it the image that was shooting the arrow through number 3?
Oh, yeah, that's what she meant, like Dan breaking her heart, maybe, I don't know.
Because I think it had, and who's number 3? Her son. So
was Dan also number 3?
No, he was 33.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that was close enough, I guess, for Karen to think about that. But.
So I'm just kind of wondering if, but it is weird that she would be on Peyton's, like she'd have sympathy for Peyton, given that she also cheated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, whatever, girl. Like, my son cheated, so did you. Keep it going. Like, I don't know if I'd really have too much sympathy for her. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised that Karen does. Like, I'd have sympathy for Brooke, not really Peyton.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's just kind of weird how Karen does. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Maybe because we don't really see them bond. We haven't seen them bonded besides for when Lucas was in the hospital. But after that, then everything would happen anyways. But
yeah,
I don't know. They could have given a little more information there as to why that'd be familiar. But yeah, and then she mentioned the time capsule that her and the other cheerleaders had buried in the football stadium.
Oh, I just remembered.
Mm.
Do you know why Karen probably didn't know Peyton's mom? Because Karen was like 18 when she had Lucas. Peyton's mom was older when Peyton was born.
Right.
So that's probably why.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, Dan and Karen were teen parents. So that's probably why. Her mom was older. So there would be no fun stories. Guess the girls didn't remember that part.
No, they got me confused too. I know that fact.
Yeah, because Larry and her mom were not teen parents.
Yeah, I would say maybe they could have been like early 20s. I don't know, because, like, would an adoption agency give 18-year-olds a kid? I said, would an adoption agency give somebody that's 18 a kid?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So maybe they weren't that old, but...
And given that Larry and her were married, you know.
I mean, they could have got married that young, too, but...
They could have, but I don't think they'd hand him over a baby.
Right, I don't know. And, like, I wish I could have got that story, too. You know, I mean, this will be later on, but anyways... Just, it would have been nice to see, you know, how that came about, like, how they chose.
I mean, they could have gotten her when they were, like, 22, but that would have been, like, a 4-year gap between them. So maybe her mom was headed off to college when Karen and Dan started in high school.
Yeah.
So they had just missed each other.
Yeah, that could have been it.
So that's probably what happened. That's why there's no backstory.
Unless it was just with the school being so big, maybe they just never saw each other.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but
I still don't think they give 19 or 20-year-olds babies unless it's maybe their baby sister.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think adoption agencies are looking for that.
Right, unless I can only see it as if somehow remarkably they got a really good business or a job that paid them enough money to support a kid, but that would be the only reason why I could see.
That young?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Larry, how old are you?
Right, it's hard to tell. I mean, now, I want to say these late 30s, don't you think?
Well, he should be, because Karen is 30. I don't know,
34, I think.
34. Yeah. Like 34.
Yeah.
So he got to be up there.
Right, yeah.
He is not her age.
And then, yeah, so she said if they dug up the time capsule now, you'll probably find a faded version of the same thing their kids are going through now. They never discussed what that meant either, so.
Yeah. We know nothing.
Yeah, a lot of things are just vague. And
all they do is tell us things without actually explaining.
I mean, they do better explaining than they did in Dawson's Creek, but with the main characters on here, but when it comes to, like, secondary characters, it's just not a lot of information there.
Right. Well, they they do explain a lot in the episode, I think, but they just don't really go into detail. Because, like, they tell us a lot.
Yeah.
They just don't explain a lot.
Right. Yeah, so Larry told Karen that he has shovels in the garage so they can go. And
okay, says, why would you go and vandalize them?
Yeah, late at night,
like, too. This dude is supposed to be how old, and he is vandalizing the school now. I mean, go away.
Yeah, basically, it's like he's the one getting Karen in trouble, you know?
I can't stand him.
Like how Brooke was with Lucas, so.
At least Brooke is underage. This man is a grown man.
Right. Yeah, so apparently there's a pool out at the apartment.
Nathan's got a pretty nice apartment.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Right. I mean,
and yet I love how the swimming pool is never seen again.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem small, which makes sense too, because it's only one person and it's, you know, he's.
Has it ever been seen again?
Not the pool, no.
I don't think it's ever been seen again.
No.
In the future?
No. I mean, they don't show us. That's probably why too. Like, they're probably, well, we don't know if we're going to be here again, so.
Yeah. Too much money.
Yeah. And then, you know, with having to have the characters, you know, get wet and then get dried for another scene probably or something like that. I don't know. But, yeah, so they come back from being in there. Yeah, so he takes Peyton to the pool. Oh, we did see the pool.
Yeah, we're talking about the pool.
Sorry, my brain was jumping to a different scene, maybe even a different episode. But, yeah, he asks if she wants to go swimming, even though she doesn't have a bathing suit, of course. But Payne says that he's the boy toy. He has to do what she says. So that was.
Yeah, he goes, well, just like old times. She's like, whatever, you did whatever you wanted.
All right.
He's like, yeah, it's because you let me. And she said, yeah, I thought you'd be a better person.
Yeah, and change, yeah. So, Payne asks if the pool is heated, and Nathan says no, you know, she should see.
And then what did you think when he grabbed her and jumped in?
Well, I thought he was just going to push her when I first saw this episode, but.
Yeah, why did he have to jump in with her?
Right, yeah. So that's
bad Nathan.
Yeah.
This is why I said there's a season 1 Nathan.
Yeah, early season 1, yeah. And then, yeah, so when they come up for air, he says he slipped. And is laughing. And he says, at least the pool is heated. and then they just start playing and messing around in the water, splashing each other.
Okay, so when it goes to this,
Mm-hmm.
and then it goes to Lucas and Haley having fun,
Yeah.
which one would you rather be a part of?
Well, since I can't swim, the water balloons. Because, yeah, so, like, you cannot push me in a pool without me getting really mad. And the person, whoever it was, would have to rescue me after pushing me in, so. It wouldn't be fun. So the water balloons is a safer bet.
I think the water balloons would be so much fun. Not milk balloons.
Yeah.
Which is water balloons.
And I wouldn't want to be hit in the head or the
Oh
face.
my god. Well, then you wouldn't want to do a scene with Chad.
No. No, after getting hit in the head.
Okay, never mind. That's the scene I want to see. Chad, I want Chad to throw a water balloon. No. And then I want him to miss your back. Air quote.
Sure, yeah.
And hit your head.
Yeah. I would have gotten mad at the head part.
That's what I want to see so bad now.
Mm-hmm.
Can we make that happen? You're like, nope. No, how about I'll dress like Chad and I'll throw it. And I'll miss her.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like you'd be, have a better aim than him.
Dang. Dogging on Chad.
Well, I mean, everybody talks about how he's not a great basketball player, but
I think he's better at football.
Yeah.
Well, I think he used to play football.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, he didn't play basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did like how he did go back and forth, with the pairings, back and forth with the water balloons in the pool. And
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where I didn't want to be was the strip club.
Right. Yeah.
I would do anything but the strip club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when we go back to that, we see that Mouth and Brooke are having individual lap dances with the dancers. And Brooke asks if the real thing beats the internet as Mouth's dancer takes off her top. And
Well, of course it does for Mouth.
Yeah. He says the internet sucks, and Brooke's laughing. As her dancer does the same thing with what Mouth's dancer did to him, but puts her top on her chest. And then we go back to, by the way, so what the strippers are doing, they would be in very much trouble because they're both minors.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, of course, you wouldn't think there'd be minors there. So
yeah, so they would have no problems doing it then.
Right, but back to Nathan and Peyton still in the pool. They did again, going back and forth with water balloons as well. And then Nathan had dumped Peyton under the water. I wouldn't like that either. And then we go see Tim get to Deb's house.
Okay, so all this has happened between all three of these partners, right? Well, and even Jake.
Yeah, 4.
Okay, so that's 4. Tim's just now getting there?
Maybe it was far.
Dude, where the heck do you live? The fact that you...
maybe he walked there. I don't know.
I'm just like, okay, oh my god, I just thought of this. Sherry was in charge of, collecting the money from... She actually authorized Deb to...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're the stepmom, Cynthia.
Right.
You'd be like, wait, who got my stepson?
Well, I
know you don't really like the kid, but who got?
I mean, because her and Deb were kind of getting along.
I don't really think they like each other.
That party.
I don't think Deb and Sherry like each other.
Well, I know Deb didn't like Sherry.
I know Deb hates her.
I don't think Sherry minded Deb. She just didn't like Sherry.
I think she just thinks she's above everybody. But I just was like, what kind of stepmom is like, oh, a 30-some-year-old, go ahead, take my stepson. What?
With how she keeps emphasizing, how she keeps...
I told you don't use big words.
How she keeps playing emphasis. Nope. Thought I had it. As much as she keeps saying stepmom, step, making sure it's always stepmom and not just mom, you can tell that she really doesn't care to be Tim's anything relation to him at all, whatsoever. So... I guess she's just, doing the job. And
what happened to Tim's mom? Because clearly stepmommy doesn't like him, so why doesn't he go live with mommy?
Right, yeah, unless she passed, but we don't know.
Or she lives out of state, and he doesn't want to be away from Nathan.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be it too, yeah. Yeah, so Tim walks in and he says hello, but gets
oh my god. But then he goes, Deb? Miss Deborah? I'm like, oh my God. When he said Miss Deborah, I almost fell in the chair. I was like, oh my God, Tim.
Yeah, and not Mrs. Scott. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, unless he knows that they're probably trying to get a divorce, maybe that could be it too.
But when he says Deb at first, which is Miss Deborah, I'm like, and how he was saying it, I was like, Tim, oh my God, this is so bad.
Yeah, so she finally says that she's in the bath, in that bathroom.
Something I was like, everything this woman was saying was making your head spin because she is saying everything wrong.
Yeah. So he peeks around the corner.
Like, how could you not think that?
Right.
And then she goes, I'm upstairs. And I'm like, Deb, do you not? Cynthia, her outfit. Why did she wear that top? I was like, you look like you're about to do something. I'm sorry, her top was not for cleaning.
Right, I know exactly.
When I saw that top, I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Where's the raggedy shirt? That would have been perfect for cleaning.
Yeah.
Not that top.
Yeah, so, he saw that before, he takes off his clothes. Then he goes around the court. Because there was that room divider between the doorway and the bathtub. So neither one could see each other until he went around. But he had enough time to take off his clothes and then go there. And then, of course, they both see each other and scream. Tim covers himself with his hands. He screams sorry and starts running towards the door. And then Deb goes after him, calling him, like, Timmy, like, wait, she says she's sorry. She doesn't know where he got that impression.
Oh, no, I don't know from everything that came out of your mouth, Deb.
Yeah. And he's quickly trying to put his clothes back on. And he says he's fine.
Okay, Cynthia.
He falls when he was putting
Cynthia.
Pulling them up at least. Yeah.
Cynthia.
Yeah, no, they stop in front of the door.
No. Why did her head have to be so close to her?
Yeah, I know. Like, she was just going to pick up his shirt when he was wondering where it was.
Oh, my God.
And then, of course, that's when Dan walks in.
Why wouldn't neither one of them move?
Yeah.
The door is opening.
I know, and they just froze.
Why? I don't understand this. And even when he walked in, they're still standing there. Why couldn't he step back or Deb move? I don't understand. Why was her head so close? This is my whole point, is you're getting a shirt, right?
Right.
You couldn't just reach over, grab, or walk around and grab. I don't understand. There's 1,000 ways to grab his shirt. It didn't have to be that close to him, if you all know what I mean. Not trying to go into graphics, but I'm just like, why? Because obviously, and the whole thing is it was there the whole time, because the door opened slowly, and it's Dan. And then he just starts laughing and says, the lawyers are going to love this, but they're still standing there.
Yeah, and then Deb didn't even try to explain what happened, like what was really going on to him.
But she didn't move.
Yeah.
And Tim didn't move, and I get it, because, he's scared of Dan. Everyone's
embarrassed,
Everyone's scared of Dan. But I'm like, Deb, this does look bad, because why are you that close to him?
Right.
It would have been better if she had, thrown his shirt, and, again, why, Cynthia?
Yes, her top didn't help that either.
Can you explain to me why she was that close to him?
No, I really don't know.
What did you think when you saw that again?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a weird position until Dan came in, so that's when I realized that's how the writer set that up. But
they could have still done it by he was getting dressed, putting a shirt on, and Dan walked in. Right. You know what I mean? It still could have been bad. What are you doing with a teenage boy, shirtless, where our son is not here? That still could have been bad.
Yeah.
We didn't have to see him like that. And we didn't have to see Deb that close.
Yeah. Yeah, so then back with Lucas and Haley. Haley's hiding behind a plant and calls Lucas's name. She tells him she's out of balloons and asks if they can call it a truce. And Lucas asks if it's a real truce or a trick truce, and Haley says a real one. She promises. And
of course it's not.
Yep.
So when Lucas grabs Haley.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he sees her tattoo.
Yeah.
And of course, he gets mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he assumes that Nathan was the one that pushed her to get
It was funny because he's, Haley, is that a tattoo?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, it's nothing. And then he's like, oh, great. He what did he say? That he engraved her or something?
Branded, yeah.
Yeah, he branded her. I was like, oh my god. And then she goes, he doesn't even know about it.
Right.
Oh my god, Lucas.
Yeah.
But I do like how protective he is,
Mm-hmm.
even though he ain't there.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so she says that she did because she's in love with him. And that she just stayed on her own.
Oh, by the way, remember when I went on and on about platonic friends?
Mm-hmm.
I really wish this is what Dawson and Joey could have been.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Mm-hmm.
They could have been soulmates in their own way as best friends.
Mm-hmm.
It did not need to turn anything beyond that. Right. Because Lucas and Haley are perfectly fine the way they are.
Yeah.
They love each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not gross.
Yeah.
Can I just say something?
What?
What's one thing I always talk about? Chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
One thing Dawson and Joey didn't have. Chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like it was forced, even when they were friends. It just always seemed like it's being forced that they're friends.
I don't really see it too much.
I did. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's because they were too much lovey-dovey, trying to be all lovey-dovey with each other, and I always thought it was gross. But Lucas and Haley, I can see are friends.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like to see them friends.
Mm-hmm. And then they're in the cafe drying off, and Lucas says he didn't mean to freak out.
And then he wanted to see it again? Oh my god, you've already seen it, dude.
Right. And then I thought it was funny how they keep holding up her shirt as if it's higher when you can see it without even moving the shirt at all.
Yeah, because the shirt was already up above it. So
yeah, so it's just funny how they kept doing that every time. It's like it makes sense she would do that since she can't really see it. But like every time somebody else, like Lucas, he would lift her shirt up too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so. But yeah, so he's like, yeah, but a tattoo, and then Haley pointed out that he got one, you know, with the girl he's not even dating anymore.
Yeah, the difference is she's in love with hers.
Yeah.
Well, and the difference is too, she did it on her own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Lucas
talked Lucas into it. Yeah.
Yeah, Lucas was kind of forced into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's the other thing is Haley did it all on her own. Nathan knows nothing about it.
Right.
And which is so much better.
Yeah.
And it's just a number.
Right. Yeah, it's not like his initials or something. Because 23, unless you know Nathan or Ravens, then 23 could be anything. But
isn't it Michael Jordan's number?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So then they could think that too.
Mm-hmm.
Was it or was it LeBron? I don't even know. Because I know the girls mentioned it too, but I think they said LeBron, so I wasn't sure. But anyways, yeah. So you know, he said that how stupid does he look now, and Haley tells Lucas, that he holds her higher, to a higher standard than everybody else, and it's not fair. And
he does.
Yeah, he says he knows, but it's because he's seen her better, be better than most people.
So she can have her low moments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she said she got it a few days ago, and again, Nathan had nothing to do with it. And so yeah, too, with her being 16, I wonder how she got that as well, like the strip club, like, because I don't know, what state are they in again? Remind me what state they're in again.
What's what?
What state they're in again? Wilmington?
Wilmington, North Carolina.
There you go. Yeah, so I don't know, and then this was 20 years ago too, so I don't know how it was back then. If you could be maybe at least 16 to get one, but at least today I think it's at least 18, right? Probably. Again, I don't know because I don't have any tattoos, but
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I wonder how she did that.
Maybe if you go with a parent, you can.
Like maybe
because then they can sign.
Yeah, I can't see her parents sign off though. Yeah, so I don't know. But anyways, unless she got a fake ID from Brooke, who knows? But yeah, so she gets frustrated and asks Lucas, Oh, okay. So it was Michael Jordan. Because Brittany just looked it up on her phone.
Michael Jordan, number 23.
Yeah. Yeah, so then she asks, what she's going to do about Nathan because she's been away from him and she thinks about him constantly.
You're in love.
Yeah, and even in the middle of a history quiz, she's thinking about him.
So what I worry about is she's very in love.
Mm-hmm.
But Nathan's not.
As far as we know, yeah. At least in this episode, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
In the same episode, one is full on board in love.
And the other one's
like,
on the line.
Yeah, he's on the verge of like, bye. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't think this is good. This is red flags for me.
Yeah, because she said if she looks at the tattoo 20 years from now and it reminds her how she felt today, she thinks she'll be okay with it. But I think she's only telling herself to convince herself that she is. I don't think she would really actually be, Because, and then we don't know how long they've been together,
couple days. It's a joke.
No. But it has to be a few months, which I still think is...
No, it hasn't. We discussed this. Basketball season is only a couple months. And we've already been into the season.
Yeah, well...
and it's not even over.
Well, if you just look at their relationship, it seems that long, so...
Yeah, it feels like it, but it's not.
Yeah, so, I think getting a tattoo with any significant other can be, risky.
Well, I think if you put their name... Again, a number is different than their name.
Yeah.
So...
I'm just saying for her, she'll have to hold on to that even if things don't work out between her and Nathan.
Well, the good thing is she won't have to look at it.
Yeah, that's a plus. But
she can't see it.
Yeah, I just know of someone who got a tattoo of their spouses.
Wow, someone loves the spouses.
Spouses initials on his hand, and then they had
on their hand.
It was like I didn't see it, so I don't know what it looked like.
Was it on their wedding finger?
Yeah,
ring
finger. But and then they ended up getting a divorce a year later. So I feel like even if you're married, it could be a risk. But
yep,
yeah.
And in today's world, yes, divorces happen very often.
Yeah,
for some reason.
And then Haley did point out too, you can get tattoos removed, and that's true, but it costs a lot more money than getting the actual tattoo itself, and I heard it's painful too. So
yeah, and especially where it's located.
Yeah, I think there's
certain places.
Yeah, and I feel like if she had to do that, it would be awkward. I mean, she was comfortable in a position to get it, but still, I think doing it I did that, get it in that spot for nothing, that kind of thing. But
or she could put try to make it into something pretty.
Yeah, that's something people do too.
Yeah,
change it.
Well, because they don't want to get it removed because it's painful, so they just put something else over it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Lucas asks, why didn't she buy anything at the auction then? Why hide out with him? And she just said she wanted to remember for a night the way things were. Everything was so much
What she should have said was, "Who else was going to buy you?"
Well, yeah.
The bar, what they call?
Bar slut.
Okay, the bar slut picked Jake.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
And Brooke was out, not like she was gonna buy you.
Right.
And Peyton wasn't buying you, so who else was gonna buy you? Nobody.
Well, the other girls are betting on him probably, but yeah. Yeah, he probably it'd be more of a stranger to him, so he probably wouldn't be, having that much fun. Yeah. But, yeah, because she says she used to be so confident and sensible, and she just feels like a mess right now. Yeah, so, I did think this was out of character for Haley when I first saw this,
To get a tattoo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in that place and the size of it too. So
and how soon they got together?
Yeah, so I can see how Lucas was shocked about it and reacted the way he did.
Well, and especially because she judged him so hard.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you'd be judging me that hard if you just did it.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be all that bad, right?
Yeah. So Lucas says, she's not in this, she's in love. And then that's when Haley says she's not sure if he is. So that if she knew that, then she would want to get the tattoo too. That just is more red flags. And maybe I shouldn't do this if he's not going to be around much longer. It's just a waste of money and time.
Because he hasn't said I love you yet, right?
No.
Then why would you get a tattoo?
Yeah. So
it's not like I love you means anything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because they can fall in love tomorrow.
Right.
They can cheat on you tomorrow. I mean, Brooke and Lucas were saying it, and look what happened.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that that's a guarantee, but I'm just saying it's one step forward. And the fact that he hasn't said it tells me he's not ready, and it also tells me she shouldn't have gotten the tattoo. Especially if she's questioning it. Like, if you're questioning things in your life, you probably shouldn't have done it. Just like a tattoo. No, I'm just thinking of the future.
Oh.
Because it's in a couple episodes.
Okay. And then back with Payne and Nathan. They're still in the pool, but hanging out.
Why are they still in the pool?
I guess they didn't want to. I don't know. They could have.
They're bored.
Had him back in the apartment.
He has no TV, right?
No, I don't think I saw one.
Yeah, they're bored.
They're
bored and have no money.
Right. So, Nathan asked Peyton to know what happened to them. They used to be good together.
What? Okay. Red flag. Okay, how many red flags is this in this episode?
I know.
Oh, we should make a tally. Because if your boyfriend is telling his ex, we were good. What happened?
Yeah.
That's a red flag because you are over
and
you should be so happy with you. You know, your new girlfriend. So I don't like that.
Right.
Like, Nathan, why do you say these things? You think it makes it better, but it doesn't.
Yeah, so Payne points out that they just had a lot of sex. And he asks if she's sure about that, and she says she is. He's been the only guy she's been with.
Oh my God. What did you say when he said, yeah, me neither.
I think it was just...
No, he was all sad when he said it. That he hasn't had sex either.
Well,
like,
yeah, I think too, like, he just wanted to, like, I don't know, well, he says it later anyhow, but I think he was just trying to show, like, he's in the same boat.
His pouty face said it all.
Like, maybe he didn't move into bed with a new girl, right after breaking up,
Nope. I got it as, he is not getting laid anytime soon.
Yeah, well, because then after that he gets from closer to her and says it's just sex, right? That's the part where I was like, Nathan, what are you doing? But,
okay, and I have a question.
Yeah.
Out of everything that he was going on about, right? Did you have any indication that it was just to tell Peyton, like, that he didn't want to?
No, not especially after that point, no.
I was like, because then she starts talking.
Yeah.
And then he's like, that's not what I meant. And it's like,
right.
What exactly did you say then? Because I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Again, so he gets it from his mom then. Because they both don't tell exactly what they mean.
Right.
Because Deb had a whole different story too.
Yeah, so I did like how Payne, stuck up for Haley and how,
she doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, and that Nathan's, a better person because of her, and, because,
yeah, she's really good to you. She likes you.
Yeah, and she went to that to Haley.
Yeah, and she trusts you.
Yeah, but I couldn't help that, she was able to do that to Brooke, so things stopped, but...
Again, I think she likes Haley. But again, I think it's because she sees the improvement in Nathan. Which she likes. Like, he's an actual human.
Yeah. Yes, Nathan says he knows it would hurt Haley. The only reason why he mentioned it is to let her know that he wasn't pressuring Haley. And then Payne's like, great, I knew that.
Yeah, okay, no. Before she said that he's the best.
Oh, yeah, I forgot, yeah.
Oh, my God. And then he that's when he stopped her and said about Haley, and yeah, I knew that. And then he goes, you said I'm the best. Oh my God.
Yeah, she said good and bad, because she can't really compare either, because, she just said that he was the only guy she's been with, but, she was like, and, what's the word? Denial. She's in denial that she even said it. And he says that she did, and she says, oh God, kill me now, and then wasn't under the water.
But again, this whole thing, I'm like, I didn't see anything that would change my mind about him talking about Haley. Because it looked like it was a move on Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what?
Yeah.
Whatever there, Nathan.
Right. And then back with Jake and Nikki. Nikki tells Jake that she left school for good. And then she thought of transferring there. No, she just said she left school for good. I mean, it's not like she wasn't going to go back ever, but then she's like, I'll transfer here. Does that make sense?
I don't think she's in school then.
Yeah, like, so that doesn't make sense. It's not like she quit school and she wasn't going to go back to be there for Jenny. And then she's like, I might transfer here. So it's just because...
He might want to get her transcripts to see if she even attends school.
Right. Yeah, so then they're walking to the car and Nikki asks Jake if he's at least going to tell her how Jenny is doing, even though...
Oh, wait. It's like the first mention that she said of the kid.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, she's only been about Jake. And he, just gives her a stern look and gets into the car. And after she gets into the car, she says, asking how he's doing is probably out of the question then. And then she says, he looks good, and she takes the keys out of the ignition so he can't take off. He tells her to give them back, and then she starts touching his neck, and he tells her to stop it, but she's not, of course. And she says she misses him and tells him to remember how good they were.
And they start making out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then he does kiss her back. But then when she says that they can be a family, then he pushes her away and says that she almost had him again. And says if she
my God, I love this. When he gives her the test.
Yeah.
Because he said, why don't you go and buy all the things that you think Jenny might need?
Yeah.
I love that test. Oh my God, but when he said, by the way, she's 9 months old.
8 months old.
Oh, 8 months.
Yeah.
He said, just in case you
forgot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the next scene is when Keith goes to Whitey's office. How did his pimp duty go? So like we said before. And
wrong.
Whitey says that he was the charity coordinator, and Keith jokingly said that he just did that so he didn't raffle himself off. And Whitey says that no one could afford him. And Whitey tells Keith he's been wanting to ask him a question.
Yeah. What did you think when he said, when are you going to start living?
Yeah, that was out of nowhere.
When's Whitey going to start living? Aren't they kind of in the same boat?
Yeah.
Like, Whitey hasn't really moved on since his wife, and Keith isn't moving on because of Karen, so they're in the same boat. Mm-hmm. The only difference is Keith can do something about it.
Right.
But they're kind of both still living in the past. Yeah. So I just was kind of like, Whitey, it's not like you're doing much. Mm-hmm. You're coaching, which, yes, that is something, but it's just kind of, I don't know, a little off.
Yeah. And then he even said that if he could change his life, he would.
How?
Yeah. Well, he says he would like to have his wife back, so I guess he wants to go back in time.
Well, I know that's the thing. He's living in the past.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta live in the future now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the present. And then he asks Keith, does he love Karen? He says he does.
Of course he does.
Yeah, he hasn't telling her that. He said
nope.
He does see after the accident. And when he says he understands, but there's something he needs to understand every day that he waits is another day he'll never get back again.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. And then Brooke and Mouth are riding in the limo. Brooke asks why Mouth doesn't have a girlfriend because he's a nice guy.
And he says girls only go for the jerks.
Yeah, which depends on the girl, but still.
Well, in most cases, especially when they're younger.
Yeah.
They go for the jerks.
Yeah, that's true.
And the bad boys.
Yeah.
When they get older, they want the nice guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he just has to be patient. That right girl to come. And then Brooke says, tell me about it. And Mouth asks if she means Lucas. And Brooke says she thought they weren't going to talk about Lucas.
How did you like when he said, what do girls want? Mm-hmm. And then the limo driver said, half of your paycheck.
Right.
I started laughing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God. And then Brooke got all mad, but I'm like, well, then you don't know girls, do you? Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of girls, not all of them, but a lot of them do like your paycheck. You know what I mean?
How many girls I know?
Really?
Do you?
Yeah.
I guess you know some gold diggers. Because I sure don't.
You're lucky.
And then, what was I? Oh yeah, and she rode up the window between the driver.
Yeah, she didn't like what he was getting in the middle of the conversation. Which, are limo drivers supposed to get in the middle of the conversation?
I don't think so, no.
I was like, dude, I think you're supposed to zip it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Brooke tells Mouth that it's important to have somebody that can make you laugh, somebody you can trust, somebody that turns you on, and it's important that these three people don't know each other. And they laugh, and then back with Nikki and Jake, Nikki comes out of the store with a bag filled with things for Jenny.
I love the scene too.
Yeah. And then she shows Jake the stuffed animal she found, and Jake tells Nikki Jenny has a purple monkey she can't sleep without, so anything else she ignores, and throws the rabbit plushie on the hood of the car. And he goes through the rest of the things. He says that she got the wrong formula because she needs a special kind, because she wasn't breastfed, and the alcohol and the wipes are bad for her skin. And then he keeps throwing the items on the roof of the car no matter what item it is and how much it weighs, because I thought he was going to start, damaging
his car.
Yeah, exactly.
Or his mother's car, or father.
Yeah, so I like the bunny rabbit made sense, but after that it was like getting more heavier, so I'm like, Jake, you gotta take it easy there. I'm surprised he didn't like just start, dropping the heavy things on the ground at least,
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then he says that he buys Jenny a special vitamin if she was underweight at her 6-month checkup. And then she doesn't read when he takes out the book, but that could have just been a book that she could have read to Jenny, so.
That was my thing was, yeah, babies don't read, but you read to them.
Yeah, and then, they like the pictures, too, so.
Yeah, they like the colorful stuff. I'm just like, Jake, clearly you don't read to your daughter.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to make Nikki feel more bad, but yeah.
You should. See, but that'd have been a good thing for Nikki to be like, you don't read to her.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I was just like, but you do read to babies.
Yeah.
So, Jake, a little off on that one.
Yeah, I think she was just already feeling bad about the other stuff, so she didn't speak up about the book, but, then he takes out the pack of cigarettes, and she's like, she doesn't smoke. I'm like, what do you... Of course she's actually gets the cigarettes.
She's starting to get it for herself, dude.
Yeah, so after that, he was just making up excuse for whatever was in the bag, but...
She definitely doesn't smoke.
Yeah. And then he's like, at least you got the most expensive kind of ice cream. I mean, maybe she could have thought the ice cream could have been for her, Jenny, but... then Nikki says that she got that for him because he had told her on their third date.
Well, it could have been when she was, started teething. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
To, soothe her. But I know, he was just...
Yeah. So, he said that he just needed life to be good with that pint of ice cream.
I was thinking, though, his voice and everything. I was like, go, Jake. Go ahead. Keep going. Fight some more. I like this, Jake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just wants his life to be good and wants to be with the boy.
Well, if that's the case, then go away.
Right.
That's all he wants.
Mm-hmm.
To raise his daughter without you.
Yeah. So she asks, where did that boy go? And Jake says that she left him, and it's not fair for her to come back and do this. It's not fair to him or Jenny. And then, of course, Nikki tells Jake that she still loves him, because she's, pointing out everything.
Again, she doesn't love the baby, she just loves you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm getting out of this.
Right, yeah, and Jake says that she doesn't know how many times he spent wondering when he was going to hear that again. Just hoping that the phone would ring and it would be her calling to say those words. And now that she's here, he can't even remember why he needed to hear them in the first place. And that she should recognize his next move. She perfected it, has caught turning his back and leaving her behind. And he gets back in the car and leaves Nikki there. She's crying, of course.
Nah. Again, she did it to herself.
Yep.
Nobody feels sorry for you.
Mm-hmm. And then back with Larry and Karen. They're out in the football field. Is that supposed to be the field for Tree Hill? Because it looks really big. But then again, they have a huge library as well, so.
Probably.
It just, again, big school for a little town seems like a lot. Because, our football field doesn't look like that at all.
Our school don't look like that.
Yeah, because they just, this year, got new bleachers after, 30 years or something, I think?
Huh?
Yeah, new bleachers on the football field.
Say what?
Yeah, over the summer, they put new bleachers.
I don't live over there, I don't know.
Oh, well, I thought you went by.
I stay far away from that school.
Oh, yeah, well, they put new bleachers in there because one day we went by and the ones that are by the trees, on the
Visitor side?
Yeah. They were just like, it was all down like into pieces on the ground in piles. So I was like, oh, dang. At first I thought it was like something hit and knocked it down or something. But then later on they put a new one in there. So I'm like, oh, they're just replacing it. Yeah, like I said, after like 30 years or maybe even the whole time it's been there. What?
We gave them enough tax paying dollars.
No, I didn't think they would replace them, because they were there for so long. And they seemed always in good condition.
Tax dollars.
Yeah.
Look, you're not even getting all mad about it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that seems like, they were there, like I said, for who knows how long, maybe since the school first opened, Seems like they've been there forever, but...
I've never really been on the visitor side, but,
I've been maybe once or twice, for some reason, I don't remember, but, yeah.
But for the home side, I never thought the home side was bad.
Yeah, I know, that's why I'm surprised to see that they were replacing them.
Even the home side, though?
I think they did, yeah.
Because the home side, I feel like was...
Or maybe it was a visitor side only, I don't remember.
Because I feel like the home side was pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they've trashed it in 12 years. But...
Right, yeah, I don't know. I just know they replaced the visitor side at least. But yeah, so they're digging up the time capsule.
Okay, I am sorry. But Larry going off about, again, because she's like, well, this is vandalism. And he goes,
yeah.
And he's like, no, we pay enough taxes, this is our tax-paying dollars. It's basically our land. We can dig it up. And I'm like...
Right, it's getting her property back that belongs to her, yeah.
I was like, Larry, no, that is the school's property. Get off of it.
Right.
I'm like, okay, don't you think he'd be in jail? Because he literally dug a hole in the ground in the football field. Oh my god, I can't even imagine what they would do at our school if somebody did that.
Right.
Somebody would probably put them in prison.
And then Mouth and Brooke actually go to a second place, a bar. Is that like the same bar that they went last time looking for Lucas, or a different one? Maybe it was the same one.
Maybe the same one. Yeah. Because clearly she goes there all the time.
Yeah.
It's probably the only one that allows her in there with her fake ID.
Right, yeah.
And how many can there be in Tree Hill?
Yeah.
For a small town, they sure have a lot of things to do.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that nobody that knew her caught her there, but
I think they're all drunk and high.
Well, like the adults, that know her.
I don't think they care. They probably, I don't know. They probably think she's like 18. I don't know.
No, the adults like Karen or Nathan's parents, somebody that might just go there and see her.
I don't think they go there.
I don't know.
Dan might be the only one that goes there. Oh no, Keith's the drunk.
Right, and out of everybody, Dan wouldn't be the one to notice Brooke drinking when she's not.
No, he doesn't notice anybody.
Yeah, so Mouth and Brooke are dancing until Brooke sees a guy, and then she walks over to him and just kisses him without saying hello. The guy just said that she was hot. That was the only thing beforehand. And then afterward, because he said that she looks hot tonight. Okay, yeah. So afterward, Brooke asks what his name is, and he asks Brooke, like, doesn't she remember the last time?
She's like, what?
Yeah. And then he says, he tells her that she was pretty wasted last time. Because he's like, your name's Brooke, right? And then Brooke looks around, to seeing people making out. And then the guy, had the nerve really to ask Brooke if they were going to make out or what. Do this again or what. And
then she looks around.
Yeah, she's kind of like realizing the pattern she
has. Did like that this was kind of her rock bottom.
Yeah.
Was realizing, oh crap, this has been my life.
Yeah. Yeah, so she walks away from the guy and
Well, and the fact that she does this all the time. And, it's just so worrisome. She's a teenager.
Yeah. And Mouth saw what happened.
Well, and you were talking about human trafficking. Brooke would be like the perfect candidate because she's drunk.
Right, yeah.
And all you gotta do is get some perverted man and, put something in her drink. Because, she has alcohol already. Like, That's just so scary.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really specifically go to bars and do it that way too.
Yeah, but think if Brooke was like walking outside.
Yeah.
You know, all tipsy. You know what I mean? Like,
she didn't have a driver, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's very creepy.
Yeah. And then Mouth catches up to her. He asks if she's okay, and she says she needs to go home. So back in the limo, Mouth asks Brooke if something happened, and she nods yes. And it's teary-eyed, and she asks if, you know, he asks if she wants to talk about it. She just says that, you know, how long has he known Lucas? And he says since the 4th grade.
I love that now we get to hear the story of Mouth and Lucas.
Right, yeah. So she asks if he thinks he's a good guy, and Mouth says he's a great guy. And, I didn't put that in my notes, but he did mention about, like, Lucas including him on the river court when he said he wanted to be a sports reporter or whatever.
Yeah, he didn't out him or anything. He included him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what made, obviously, Lucas a good person. But, I liked when she said, that what girls really want is for the guy to want them back.
Yeah, somebody had him back. At least she does. And then she cries on Mouth's shoulder. And then back with Karen and Larry. Karen is cheering. This cheer that we nurse and the girls do, but she was, you know, if action's what you're craving, go get yourself a Raven, go Raven.
But don't you think that they changed cheers after years?
Well, ours seemed to be used for a while, you know, spelling out with the arms.
Well, it's our actual. You're not going to erase our mascot and stuff and our name.
Yeah, no, because she's saying Ravens in this one too.
Well, yeah, you can't erase who you are.
Yeah, so I don't know. I can see them using it a lot.
But I'm saying, like, I'm sure that the cheers from 20 years ago are different than the ones now. I mean, I'm sure the cheers when we were in high school are different now if we went back.
Maybe, yeah.
We'd sit there and go, what'd they just say? You know, everything's different.
Yeah. So then they dig it out. Finally, they get, they hit it with the shovel. And Karen takes out a Bon Jovi shirt from his tour. Larry finds a picture of Karen and Dan from homecoming or prom.
Okay, I have a question. Why was Larry so eager to do this? You know what I mean? It's not like anything of his was in there.
Right. I don't know. I think you just want to see what
Karen the man acted like he had something hidden in there that was treasure.
Yeah, I mean, what we saw on the with the classic, he just kind of wanted to have fun with her, maybe because he's always working, so he doesn't have this kind of fun. I don't know.
You know, I'm beginning to think there's a reason why Peyton is the way she is. She has no parents. Her mom died, and this is her dad.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't care if he goes to jail or not. That's a bad parent to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, think about it. Like, he's teaching his daughter that that's okay. No.
Right. Yeah, so Larry was the one who pointed out that Keith was in the background of the picture with Karen and Dan. And Karen, because she never noticed it before, Karen says he was always protective.
Yeah, and he said, he goes, he's in love with you or whatever.
Yeah, with the girl in the foreground, yeah.
Again, brings up Keith. And then, of course, they get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because speak of, it's Whitey and Keith.
Yeah. Because I think Whitey has head start, so that's why he got there first, and then Keith followed after a little bit. But, yeah, so, because, Whitey couldn't see until he got close, so he's surprised that Karen was there.
Well, yeah, because she doesn't do things like this.
Yeah, and then apparently there was beer in the time capsule, because Larry offers one to Whitey. Or was there one did they bring beer with them?
I think they probably brought some.
Okay, because I didn't see it when they were digging it up, so I was wondering where it came from. And then Karen starts explaining what they were doing there when Keith walks up. Once he sees her and Larry, he just turns around without saying anything. And then Whitey walks away too. And then Larry laughs while Karen just kind of watches Keith walk away. Because she knows he's hurt from seeing her with Larry,
Yeah.
And then Peyton walks into Nathan's room after changing out of her clothes to dry off. She says it's nearly midnight. The date's almost over. And then Nathan confesses he thinks he was hitting on her in the pool.
She's like, yeah, you think?
Yeah. And, like being the whole new, okay, he said this whole good guy thing is new to me. And that, he'll always have feelings for her.
This is what I mean. This episode, Nathan had too many red flags for me.
Yeah, like what?
I know, when he said that always, what is it? Okay, always means always. It means forever.
Yeah, and
like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so does that mean like if him and Haley broke up, he would go back to her?
No. Doesn't mean if him and Haley end up together forever, he's always going to think of Peyton.
Yeah, that too, I'm just saying.
You know what I mean? Like, and no. Like, you don't think of anyone else when you're with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, that's done and over with. And if that's what you want, then go back. You know?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. So I'm just like, poor Haley, because here she's all in love with him. Here she has a freaking tattoo. And he doesn't have those feelings for her.
Right.
It's just so sad.
Yeah, and then he says he owes it to Haley to be a better guy than he's been.
Okay, this is the other problem that I had.
Thinking about these thoughts is one thing, but confessing them out loud and then the girl that they're about is really, really bad.
Well, and she's also somewhat friends with Haley.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, to actually say that, I owe her. No. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just, do you like Haley or not?
Right.
That's what I just wanted to be like, dude, do you like her or not? Yes or no? Because you're acting as if you don't. But to say, I owe her? You owe her what?
Right. Yeah.
It's like you're in misery. Oh, I owe her to be a better guy. I owe her to like be with her. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, he says he doesn't want to be the kind of guy that cheats on her.
So then don't.
Right, that's what Pam says. Yeah.
I can't with him because I'm like, why are you saying all these things?
Right.
They don't make sense.
Yeah, and then Pam responds with that she's proud of him for standing up to his dad and being a good guy to Haley. He's turning into the kind of guy that she always knew he could be. But did she? Because it didn't seem like she did, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And then Lucas and Haley get to the apartment complex. And then apparently Haley forgot some CDs she had for Lucas, so she goes back to the car to get them.
Very convenient.
Yeah, and then tells Lucas to go ahead and go to the apartment. And then ask if he's still in love with her, and if he says no, to break up with him.
Yeah, okay.
Which is kind of ironic with what's going on inside right now. And just to say something nice to Nathan, who's a different person now.
You know, Lucas just should have done it just because, I mean, he's already seen what's happening on the inside. So it's like, what's the difference if he sees them kiss? Because what Nathan is saying right now is so much worse than the kiss.
Right.
Because he's saying a whole lot of things no girl wants to hear about their boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, so he sees them kissing in the open window of Nathan's apartment. And then Lucas walks back towards the car where he meets Haley in the middle and tells her that Nathan wasn't home. And she asks if he's sure and checks.
So I'm not going to lie. A kiss could mean just a peck on the lips. It did not have to mean you make out.
Right, yeah, they basically did that, yeah, almost, yeah.
So I do get where Lucas was coming from.
Yeah.
Of like, this isn't really a kiss that you two should be having.
And then, so Haley calls Nathan, but it goes straight to voicemail. She hangs up and says she guesses that he's not done with his date yet.
So my problem with this is, you know, Lucas tells Haley, I'll take you home. So she's going to go home instead of go to Nathan's, right?
Right.
Okay, well, once Peyton leaves, because it looks like she's going to leave, then he's going to check his phone, and there's a missed call from Haley. So then he's going to wonder where she, like, I want to know what happens after.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because if you just say, oh, like, you know, I was just hanging out with Lucas all night, or like, I don't know.
Well, I think he would call her back at least.
That's what I'm saying is, or text her or something. Like, it's just weird how he wouldn't try to get a hold of her, like, again, that night.
Right.
I don't know. I just find it weird. I'm like, if you guys are together, I feel like he would call you.
Right.
to like see how your date went with Lucas. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or why didn't you come over? Because that was the plan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just wanted more detail on that.
Right. And then back with Mouse and Brooke, the limo drops Mouth off, where he saying that. Yeah, it's weird because it's like actual saying, so it just threw me off when I was saying it. Anyways, where he says he guesses he should have told his parents he'd be out late. You know, so that's another thing. He never told his parents that he was going to be out that late.
Well, they thought he was only doing the auction.
Right. Yeah,
and it was going to be done at probably 8 o'clock.
Yeah. And then,
Oh, so you mean to tell me someone in Tree Hill has good parents?
Right. He says maybe this wasn't such a good idea, and because like being with her was like flying first class.
Oh my god, I love
like,
that.
Coach, yeah, it'd be hard to go back to it. And then Brooke says that it gets old pretty quick, so I guess she does get tired of doing whatever she wants.
Well, I think she wasn't tired of it until she hit her rock bottom.
Right. Yeah. And then Mal says he doesn't know what's going on with her and Lucas, but he's a good guy. He's never been good at... Oh, that's where I left it off, yeah. He's never been good at sports, but when he decided he wanted to be a sports announcer, Lucas introduced him to the guys at the river port and made him feel like he belonged. He has a good heart, and as far as he can tell, she does too, and he would be surprised if they couldn't work things out. But he doesn't know that Lucas cheated on her with Peyton, so I think if he knew that, he would probably think a little bit differently.
I mean, so who knows about this cheating?
What do you mean?
Who knows? Karen.
Yeah, Karen, Haley. I don't think Nathan, right?
Haley might have told him.
Right.
Seems like she tells him a lot, but then doesn't tell him a lot.
Right, and yeah.
Because the Mouth doesn't know, the Riverport kids don't know.
No. Yeah, so.
Does Larry know that his daughter...
Nope.
Okay, do you find this weird, Cynthia? Larry and Karen went on a date. They like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Larry's daughter and Karen's son were trying to hook up.
Right.
And they really like each other. What do you find of that? I find it very weird.
And Karen doesn't know, right?
No, Karen knows.
What does she know?
About Peyton and Lucas.
Yeah, I know, but when did she find out?
When he was out, remember? When he had to go to the hospital and she had to meet him there. Because remember, she was like, oh, you know, you shouldn't be hiding behind Brooke's back and stuff.
Okay. Well, maybe she thought it was just starting.
Maybe. But you're going out with her dad?
Yeah, like I said, it seemed like she was kind of pressured into it, but yeah.
Okay, that would have been a perfect reason to cut it off.
Right.
I'm sorry, your daughter and my son like each other. No, this is weird. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, this is weird. Why is Karen going after all these, I don't know, like relatable? Because I know they're not related, but it's like, it's still like inside the circle. You know what I mean? Like it's someone that your son really likes father.
Right.
Okay, think about if Karen, hypothetically, like Karen and Larry got married. And then things didn't work out because, you know, it's Larry. And then Lucas and Peyton, you know, got married. You know how weird that'd be? Oh, these two hate each other.
Right.
It'd be like Dan and Deb showing up. It's like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
And then given that Karen, then given that Karen is still young, she can get pregnant. And it's like, oh, there you go, Peyton and Lucas, there's your little sibling.
Wasn't that, like Serena and somebody, didn't they have a sibling?
Who?
Serena on Gossip Girl. Serena and somebody had a sibling.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be like that. Except it was a older sibling, or was it?
Older.
Yeah, so, and that was before they knew each other, but still, it'd be weird either way, yeah.
It'd be weird once you find out.
Yeah.
And it's weird for that person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, but to actually know,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be like, yeah, we can't.
Right,
I think that's when you'd wreck the Lucas and Peyton.
Yeah, because I think that was a similar thing on Riverdale too. Yeah, 2 characters on there ended up having the same situation, an older sibling in common. So.
Well, that's why I could never ship Jess and Rory.
Yeah, but to their credit, they were dating before even Lucas and Lorelai got together. So.
Lucas and Lorelai. Same name, but Lucas. We've been talking all night about Lucas.
And then they're on the Sullivan's
Crossing.
Yeah, they go together. So it's just they all intertwine together. So
his name isn't Lucas, is it?
Well, Luke's short. So
no,
because remember, somebody calls him Lucas later on. I think it was the woman that used to run the inn when Lorelai was a teenager.
Oh, I thought you meant on Sullivan's Crossing someone's name is Lucas.
No.
I was gonna say what?
Right, no, but on
Gilmore Girls.
Too many shows, and then it's like Gossip Girl. That's both GG, but yeah. So on Gilmore Girls, Luke's name is actually Lucas on there too. So that's why I got the mix up as well, like 3 different ways. But yeah, so like I said, their credit that Rory and Jess were dating like 2 seasons before, or even 3 seasons before they got together. So
it's still gross.
Yeah, but I can see why there wasn't. If anything, it would be gross on Luke and Lorelai's part, because her daughter and his nephew were together, but yeah.
Yeah. But this whole Larry and Karen, ooh, no.
Right. Yeah, because, like that could easily happen to me, because I'm close in age with my nieces and nephews. Like, I could start seeing someone that's related to, one of my nieces and nephews, partners, so that would be weird. I wouldn't do that. But, yeah, so.
Yeah, you're like, I'll stay away from that.
Yeah. But, what were we saying before I got mixed up?
Oh, about Mo.
Oh.
Being like a good guy and everything.
Yeah. Saying Lucas was a good guy. Yeah.
Oh, so what did you think when Brooke gave him a kiss? And she said...
It was on the mouth too, right?
Yeah, she gave mouth. Yeah. Yeah, because...
yeah, she did, yeah.
Yeah. And it was funny because he was like, yeah, that's right. Midnight kiss. And she's like, no.
Just cause, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that was nice.
Yeah, so it does make up a little bit for how she was treating him, but,
A tad.
Yeah. And then in the car with Lucas and Haley. Now, this is the only scene in the whole series, I would say, that wasn't very platonic because...
What?
Well, because about the kiss.
How?
Because, who brought it up? Lucas did. Lucas brought up, he said, Haley did. She says that Lucas technically owes her a kiss, and then they act like they don't want to do it, but it's okay if they have to. It's like Lucas says, rules are rules, I guess. Like, he wasn't so opposed to it, Just the way that they were acting, just seemed like
they looked like they were still grossed out.
Well, I mean, yeah, because with Haley saying if he got his 10 years, she would never speak to him again. But yeah, just before that, it just seemed like when they're talking about it,
I didn't see it.
I did a little bit.
I was just like,
and then it was
they don't want to kiss.
Peck, so, yeah.
And theirs was just a peck.
Right.
Exactly how Nathan should have been.
And then before that, I just want to point out that Haley did call him her slave boy. So yeah, I don't like that. So that definitely wouldn't apply today.
And it shouldn't.
Yeah, and then Lucas says, they were, have been growing apart a bit lately, and he...
well, maybe if you two would stop hanging out with other people.
Right. Yeah, but he just tells her that he'll always be there for her, and if Nathan doesn't see that, then he's an idiot, and, that she'll be okay. And then,
No, Nikki.
Yeah, shows up to Jake's house now.
Why? She just keeps following him around, doesn't she?
Right. And then, he tries closing the door before she stops it.
Oh my God, what did you think when she, basically threatened him that he's not going to keep Jenny from her?
Right, yeah. So, yeah.
But don't you think a judge would look at the fact that she hasn't been there in almost a year?
Right, exactly. That's how, Dan was trying to, take Nathan away from Deb with her absence.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be worse for her because she's been gone every single day for the last 8 months.
Well, and for this baby, she knows nothing of this mother.
Right.
Like, you're giving her to a stranger, and then she's going to be up crying. Like, it's just a disaster. I don't think...
Yeah.
I think she definitely might be able to see her slowly moving into it, but not full on.
Right. Yes.
And Nikki doesn't even want the baby.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. And then, so she asks if he could just forgive her, and Jake says that, he gives a story of how it was a Wednesday and realized she wasn't coming back. So it was that same Wednesday that he stopped loving her, and he promised himself that his daughter would never feel the pain that she caused him, and that she will never break his daughter's heart because she'll never have a chance to. Nikki just says that
I'm going to be in her life, Jake.
Yeah, with or without him. Not really, like you said with the judge. Unless, her parents are like Dan, I guess, and have money and power, but with the way that we know that her parents didn't approve of her having a baby so young, then she's not going to help them either.
Well, because if they're that powerful, they would have done everything they can to get rid of the child. For adoption.
Right, yeah.
And they wouldn't even have let Jake have the baby. Right. But since Jake was able to, because, how many stories are out there of teen fathers raising a kid by themselves?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, the fact that Jake it's like that's showing you something. Plus, Jake has a job. He works here. What's Nikki doing?
Right.
Besides going to parties and bars. You know what I mean? The judge is going to look at all of that.
Yeah, and then Karen and Larry...
oh my God. There's too many scenes with these two.
Yeah, they're in the kitchen. And then Karen says she had fun tonight, and...
and goodbye.
she didn't do much of this in high school, and Larry says maybe next time they could do something less juvenile. And then they smile at each other, and so Larry says he knows she has a history with Keith, and he hopes...
more Keith talk from this dude.
Yeah, hopes he didn't cause any problems tonight, but he likes her for what it's worth. And she says that she likes him too. I don't know about that. And says he's right. She does have a history with Keith. She's just not sure if they have a future. And looks kind of sad about it, and Larry smiles at her and leans in to give her a kiss on the lips. But did you notice that she kind of leaned back for a second before he did?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like, she doesn't want to, see him. But yeah,
would you?
No. But
because he's on my last nerve.
Yeah, but she's not saying anything about it. So then he leaves, and she does have a smile on her face afterwards. I don't know why.
Because it's in the script.
Yeah. So Larry had gone through the back door in the kitchen, so Keith rings the doorbell in the front of the house.
Okay, how many doors are in this house?
Oh, yeah, because Lucas has his too, which should be 3.
Okay,
where is
all these houses? Okay, because...
The only thing I can think of is maybe the house. I don't know. Because my house, not their house, my house was originally a 2-family apartment.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, but it has the 2 doors, normal doors. So I don't know why his would have 3. Because, it's just for the one room. It's not because he doesn't have a bathroom, right? It's it'd be different
if it was a master.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have a master.
Right, so I don't know, it would make sense if his house was originally an apartment too, but it's only for the one room and there's no kitchen or bathroom near the room. It's just a regular house, so I don't know. Because my house had a stove upstairs and downstairs, so there's proof that it was a 2-apartment house. But
well, and then remember when Brooke and Kieran were at the kitchen table, and Lucas was in his bedroom, and it was right outside of the kitchen.
Right.
So
was it an Adam? No.
His bedroom?
Yeah, I don't know.
Should have been. But, so that's where his room is. And then the kitchen is right there.
Yeah.
So then which door? Because remember when he came home late? Well, and she was sitting at the table like this, and he came in this way?
I think it was just because the camera was on the other side. Because I think we see almost, besides for there's the windows right there, but besides for that, we see the other 3 angles with the camera eventually.
Because I'm like, where are all these doors?
His door is on the side. Because the kitchen is the back, and then the front door is the front side, so.
Where's the front door?
It should be right across from the kitchen door, but. Well, mine technically isn't, so I don't think it has to be. It depends.
I think where your
mine's on the
living
corner.
room is, but.
Yeah, mine's on the corner, that makes sense, but his is just in the middle of the street, so it should be right. I feel like it'd be right.
So every time they keep coming through, so every time they keep coming to this house, anybody, they come through the kitchen door. Because everybody ends up in the kitchen. Everybody walks right into the kitchen. Every time.
I mean, my house, we use that back door, we don't use the front.
But these are people that don't live there.
Maybe just because
Brooke, Peyton, I mean.
They just feel comfortable, I guess, to use the back one. Because, like, your old house, we used the back door there.
And that was by the driveway.
Yeah, so maybe that's why they go in the kitchen, because it's also by the driveway.
But then wouldn't the front door be?
No, maybe the front door has like a pathway going up to it, and like a front yard.
Maybe, yeah.
Like maybe they park down by the garage, maybe. Maybe Karen's car is in the garage, so whoever else comes over like parks right at the end of the garage.
Because remember
the driveway.
When he was joining the team,
mm-hmm.
Karen was outside on the porch with Lucas.
Yeah.
And that was the front porch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the front of the house. So, yeah, so maybe the kitchen is, I don't know, this house.
Yeah.
This house is kind of funky.
Back. Yeah.
It's kind of funky.
Yeah.
But we all know where Lucas's door is. Because that's the one that's used the most.
Yeah. So, she asks if everything's okay. He says not really. The last few weeks have been the hardest of his life. Being without her and Lucas, being on the outside of their lives. He felt like a shadow of someone he used to be.
Oh my God, Keith.
He knows he let her down, and he put Lucas at risk. But she has to know he loves Lucas, and he's been carrying this around with him since then. And
it's a rain.
Yep.
Oh my God. I did love that he went through and apologized again for everything because I guess she needed to hear it.
Yeah.
And I just loved all that. His whole speech.
Yeah. And then, he says to marry him. And then we don't get to see what she says because we go to see Lucas on the river court instead.
Okay, it's after midnight and he's sitting there.
And Karen doesn't know apparently. And then out of nowhere, Brooke walks towards where he's sitting. She looks upset. She says she needs to talk to him. He says okay, and what is it? She says she spent the entire night trying to avoid this or ignore it, but she can't.
And she's pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she says she thinks she's pregnant, yeah. Yeah.
That's the end.
So that was definitely unexpected, because, we didn't see her, at home. And,
we didn't see them have sex.
Yeah, that too, but, we didn't see her, at home and, realizing she's late or anything,
Right, not freaking out. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I missed,
So I just...
normal time, normal episode, yeah. Normal people do. Yeah.
So, you're high and low?
Which I have a question.
I thought they were on lows, though, but yeah.
Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
Was she drinking at all? Because once we got to the end of the episode, I went, did this girl drink alcohol at all? Because if she's pregnant, she shouldn't be drinking.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about the end of, or when she was partying at that bar. But yeah, I guess she'll learn, right?
Right. Yeah, because if she was, maybe she realized it afterward, but still.
Well, she knew this whole time that she might be pregnant. So.
Well, she said she spent the entire night
trying to avoid it.
Yeah, so she just realized while she was with Mouth, I guess?
No, I took it as she was just trying to ignore the fact that she might be pregnant. She knew, but she was just going to have a good time to try to avoid it. Because she didn't want it to come out.
Right.
to be true. But then I'm just like, well, then you better not have been drinking, because if you knew that, then there should be no alcohol.
Right. I'm gonna see if I can find it really quick. So, what are your highs and lows?
So for me, my low was Deb getting a little too close to Tim. I just think it wasn't needed.
Right.
And then my high would be, it would actually be Jake standing up to Nikki, because she tried to get him with the kissing, but it didn't work.
Right.
And I loved when he was throwing all that stuff. Ooh. And he looked good doing it. So that's my high and low. And I did like when Lucas and Haley were having fun with their water ball fights until the tattoo came out.
Yeah, well, she didn't drink at the bar.
That we saw.
Right. She was just dancing and then kissed the guy. She was dancing with mouth, but, now I'm seeing if they did at the strip club, but, my high was definitely, Lucas and Haley, like you said before, the tattoo was revealed.
Yeah, because then it just turned sad.
Yeah, and then, like I said, there were a lot of lows, but, I didn't like, with the beginning of the pool with, well, not even beginning of the pool, with the beginning at the pool with Nathan and Pam, and then afterward in his apartment, how he was talking to her, what he was saying. Yes, I didn't like that either. And then your rating?
I want you to go first.
Besides for the whole concept of selling off minor, teenage boys to people, I would say an 8.
To people.
Well, I couldn't say teenage girls because Deb was in there, so.
Well, and Nikki.
Oh yeah, that hurt too.
You're not gonna like it then.
Yeah, they're not drinking at the strip club either. They're sitting at the table.
No, you're not gonna like my answer.
Yeah, no, I was just letting you know. I saw both scenes. Go ahead. What, it's lower than that, right?
No.
Higher? Oh.
I told you you're not gonna like it.
Oh. I mean, this is one of my favorite episodes.
This is one of my favorite episodes too.
And
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, without the auction part, it would be really fun if it was like not an auction. Like if.
Well, the auction part was funny and good. It's just the whole behind the whole auction thing is not good.
Right.
Like, yes, but the actual scene itself is funny. So I give it a 10 because it's one of my favorite, all-time favorite episodes of One Tree Hill. And I'm happy we got to it. And it's 100% a 10 for me.
And then best and worst?
Oh, God. Let me see here. My worst I picked was Larry.
Okay, yeah.
Because, I've been down, I dissing him all night long. I didn't like that he dragged Karen out there.
Right.
And, I mean, she didn't want to go to dinner. And then he went and vandalized the school by digging a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
And so I didn't like that. And I really wish the cops would have come and arrested him. Like they would have done in real life. Whitey really would have had to call the cops. So of course he got away with that. And I mean, aren't they going to wonder what happened on the field tomorrow morning?
Yeah, they should, yeah.
And then the best, I picked Mouth. I liked that he was there for Brooke, even though she was mean. And, not knowing his name again. But I also...
Well, she knew his name. She just chose not to use it.
It's true. But what I really liked about Mouth this episode was that he was a true friend to Lucas. Even though Brooke was trying to diss him and everything and not want to talk about him, he was standing up for his friend. And that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, even though he didn't know the whole story.
Yeah. But I still think even if he did, he still wouldn't have dogged Lucas.
Right.
he would have still figured out a way to like twist it where he's sympathetic, but he's still his friend.
Right.
But I just like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what about you? And plus, Mouth was entertaining.
Yeah. And then my best was Lucas because he was there for Haley. Because he saw the kiss and just trying to be protective of Haley, and then he was concerned about the tattoo, which he did have a right to be.
Not especially seeing this episode.
Yeah.
Lucas, you were right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then my worst was Nikki because now she came back.
I'm surprised you didn't say Nathan.
Oh, he was. If we chose more than one person, he would be the second one. But
because you dogged him too.
Yeah, I just didn't like how like it was 8 months and no call or anything. She didn't make an effort beforehand, and like you said, she was so focused on saying how she missed Jake and loves Jake, yeah, and not really so like it's like Jenny was like her second concern when it should be the other way around. So.
It's like Jake should have had a tape recorder.
Yeah.
So then you could tell the judge, look, this is all she cared about was me.
Yeah. And like kissing him was kind of like manipulating him, into getting him back and Jenny back. It's like she was trying to like piece together everything at once when it should.
Well, and it's like she knew everything he liked.
Yeah.
Because remember, she's like, oh, I used to think I was cute eating like this, and oh, this is your favorite ice cream, and it's like just trying to butter him up. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Please go away.
Yep.
Well, I mean, at least it was somebody bad, but I really thought you were gonna say Nathan.
Right. Yeah. No, it's just like Nathan. Nikki's the older one that should know better and everything. So.
And she did leave her kid.
Yeah. So that's pretty bad compared to what Nathan did.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next episode?
Episode 19. How can you be sure?
I have no idea. All right. Thanks for listening.
Yep. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.